And we're live. Happy Friday to everybody. Sorry we're a little bit late tonight, guys.
Welcome.
Friday,
Hello.
Friday.
Welcome to the Scale Science
guys.
podcast.
Welcome.
Friday,
Hello.
Friday.
Welcome to the Scale Science podcast.
Welcome.
Cool.
And I'll give you guys some awkward silence because somewhere I have our video running and it's making a terrible echo in my computer.
Cool.
And I'll give you guys some awkward silence because somewhere I have our video running. Is it done?
I think so. Alrighty, guys. Sorry for that.
Man, you'd think by now we'd have this down. Sorry, guys. So different than usual tonight. We don't really have a show planned for you as far as an official layout. We're just gonna kind of roll with the punches. This is kind of how we would hang out on a legit Friday night at our track, just talking, showing each other's cool stuff, getting slides in. Obviously, we're not doing that yet, but with fingers crossed, about half of our members could get some slides in maybe as soon as next week. So. Open for it, boys.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. We got extended. We're still on lockdown until the 8th.
Is it safe? There's a different one, isn't it?
The shelter at home, the
Safer at home.
the be
Yeah.
Don't be in public. Yeah.
Man, I just hope I can go back to school. I know that's something weird to say, but learning how to paint cars on the internet.
Still no more than 10 people at gatherings.
Poop.
We work together, so we're already used to it. You know, we can be by each other just in case anybody's wondering about the distance here.
Working hard.
Hardly working.
If you're just joining us for the first time, introductions. My name is Jordan. I am going to be your host tonight. To my left here.
I am Matt, or Golden Jesus, as you can see here.
Ruben. Andy. Manji Madness.
Technical difficulties, aka Randall. Sound Factory don't fit. I'm having issues on my end right now. My bad. So hope y'all are having a good night. Hope everybody's being safe. Hope y'all are not being safe, you know?
Definitely.
Shots fired.
If
no. Y'all are cool. Y'all are being safe. Look, y'all got distance.
I mean, it's about 6 feet, right?
It's more than 6 feet. It's like 12 feet there.
Yeah,
An internet connection is like miles, yo.
for sure.
So, I got a picture up on the screen. Ruben, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Dude, I want you to give me a little bit more information on what I'm looking at.
So we are currently looking at a back bumper that one of the guys on that RC Locos page, his name is Chevy 61. He's getting it engraved for one of his crazy bodies. It's going to be like his third one, I believe. And he's I don't know who the guy is doing the job. I think he might have posted it on there. I don't know if I got it in the actual screenshot itself. But he has it out to someone that is engraving a miniature 1/10 scale bumper for, there you go, the Rosemary 2, I guess, coming soon. So I might have shared a picture of that, the blue one as well. But I mean, you can see 1/10 scale engraving on something that small. It just looks
Ridiculous.
Do you know what it's made out of?
I think that bumper comes stock. It's like comes from a different hard body. I know that for sure. I've seen him. He has like multiples of them that he keeps posting. When he buys them new, they come as a donk, and the bumpers themselves come off. So I don't know if he's using some sort of tin that's probably going over that, I'd imagine, at this point, you know, unless he's engraving the actual plastic itself. But I mean, it's definitely badass, or it's pretty cool. If any of the guys from the Locals page tuned in tonight, you know, and you guys know anything about it, let us know.
Definitely.
Yeah, throw a comment up there. Man, I've always loved the lowrider stuff, like since I was a kid. I remember Hobby Lobby used to have these like dancing car kits with like the wire connected remote control. And
Yeah,
first
that
time I
mini
ever
van
saw
or
one, I
that
had
little lowrider van, the Lindbergh models.
yeah,
Dude,
had
I just
the
went
whole
online and
setup.
I went to go look for some. They're like $100, $150. You can find one, probably at auction for like 75, 50, but that's a chance. But yeah, I try to look for them, now that I finished my Lolo, which I need one of you guys to 3D print me a Lincoln body so I can have it all gangster now.
man,
Ooh.
look at these.
He just
that
got those
detail.
tires too. I don't know. Someone made them for him. If you look, they look like stretched out. Those Remington, the 520s. Because
Yeah.
that's why I think he's showcasing them right there. And I was like, dang, he went super scale on them. It looks like dope little 13s on there.
Yeah, dude.
When I was a kid, my dad had a buddy named Joe that did this. He did real lowriders and he did the scale lowriders, and it looks fire, dude. Like I seen a real 6'4" going down. It was tight. I missed a lot of stuff with my dad, yo. Y'all know the story.
Yeah, dang. Ooh, hurt my heart. Dude, look at that. Ooh.
This
Ooh.
is so sick.
Is that the body that you have, right, Randall?
Is that the Pegasus one?
I'm not sure. I was trying to look at him because he actually has like 3 or 4 different body styles of the Impala. He has like a 59.
It looks really similar though.
I think so. But I've seen a bunch of his other work too.
Yeah, I don't know where he gets all that crazy stuff at. He's been really cool with me, when I've asked him stuff, but I haven't even asked him where he's gotten his bodies. So if you tune in, dude, let us know.
Please.
Yes, because you're on the page, right, too, Randall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got the invite from Randall. My bad, I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're good.
Look
Here,
at Matt's little dog. What's up, Matt's little dog?
What up, pups?
Her name is Tater Tot.
What a bitter top.
She's
Is
ridiculous.
she new?
Huh?
Is she new to you?
No, I've had her forever.
Tater tot.
She's just a jerk.
Tater tot. It's like I'm playing.
House.
I don't know like that.
Hey Ronan, do you happen to have any pictures of that, man? Handy? Like that you could show us? Of your brother's work, my bad. I'm trying to look in here, like, what's underneath the skin, dude? Like,
I
what's one
think
of
I
these
sent you.
jackets like?
He hasn't like sent any or uploaded like any full like shots of what he has under there because he's like a pretty like pimp exclusive. But I've seen. I think I might have sent you like the chrome like axle frame rails that he started with. Oh yeah, that's bad.
See you later, Papa.
Dude, this thing is hard, man.
Oh man.
I would have had a project tonight, but I dropped the ball and I didn't think about things. I told someone to do it. I saw a picture on Instagram. This dude made a 4-door R30. I mean, he made a 4-door S13 in real life by putting an S13 front end and rear end on a 4-door R32. I'm gonna build one, but I gotta wait for the bodies to get here. I'm trying to order bodies before the mail shut down. So
Hey,
Elliot.
What up, Elliot?
what up?
What up? That's a sick Tamiya reversion right there. Hilux. What's up? How is everyone?
Oh, doing good. How about yourself?
Doing all
Elliot,
right.
it's you, bro.
I fell asleep on the couch this afternoon, so
Living the life,
Can't
living the
hear
life.
Elliot.
What day is it?
Better late than never, man.
Andy,
the
check
chat.
it.
No.
Did he get a trike? I wish
Yep.
I could hear it.
Yeah.
Click up, try to do something.
Look at there. Trike gang.
What are you running in that? As far as
I have the body, the tuk body.
Mm.
So Andy has the truck body, and I have the India taxi cab body.
oh, okay, so cool.
Yeah, I want a 3D print one eventually, but you know,
Right.
this is just small enough that I can drift it in my house without
On him.
being pissed at
Yeah.
myself.
I feel that.
Click and hold. I don't know.
Hey, I can't hear Elliot, guys. I'm sad.
Oh no.
Ay, ay, ay.
Can everybody else hear me? Is it just Ruben that can't hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
I hear you.
The fuck?
I can't.
Nope.
Boo.
Ooh, technology.
How much do you have in that trike?
Me?
Either one of you.
I mean, the kit was
300 something.
yeah, it's just right around ready to run.
All
Mike,
right.
right there. Ask him some questions, dude. I want to eat those like real candy.
I mean, I just threw Hobby Wing quick run in it, and then I was able to grab an MST censored motor for like $41. So I
Sick.
mean, electronics minus battery was
Don't get mad at me,
150 total.
little puppet.
This is what they're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Mike has one. I've seen it slide. It slides really good.
The only thing that I don't like about it is the rear dampeners, just because they're friction based. So I'll be redoing those eventually.
So
Hey, we got a question here.
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
You guys help me answer this for Cole.
Ooh. So it depends on what turn, what kilovolt you're using on that motor. Just because without with uncensored, if your ESC is having a hard time, you're going to deal with a lot of cogging. If you're dealing with a lower KV rating, then you should be good with that uncensored. But since you're dealing with a lot of throttle like variation, that censored really does help. But it's doable not without it.
Yeah, sometimes after a while without a sensor cable, like you'll experience cogging from the beginning, but after a while it'll even out. Because I know I'm running a 4600 kV sensorless on my D4, and when I first was starting running it, it was cogging a lot. Like like Elliot was saying, it cogged. You get on gas, it's just like, and then it'll go. And then especially like when you're trying to come in and transition and stuff, you get on and it's like, it's there. You're trying to get on someone's door and then it's like, we're in it. But then now after a while, it's smooth now. It's smoothed out. I don't even, sometimes I forget that it's sensorless.
Like my RMX came sensorless. Like it doesn't seem to cog at all.
So I mean, those MSTs, those stock ones are at like a 17.5 turn. I think they're rated at, and when you get up to 38 to the 46, you're dealing with up to like a 7.5 turn for the 46, and then like a 9.5 10.5. So you're requiring a lot more power to like get a full cycle going.
Okay.
And so as the magnets wear out, it requires less to get spun across, and that's why Randall's seeing it like smooth out over time.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he's running like a 3600 kV, I think.
Right. But I don't know. I think it should run. Like,
I think it should run.
you know,
Out.
I think it should run real good.
Do you know if hey Cole, do you know if it's a 4-pole or a 2-pole
Cheddar
motor?
cheese, where you at?
Healing, it looked like.
Yeah, NZ. Yeah, you know, guys, if I could say anything, I'm kind of indifferent to the motor examples. I've driven different types, and I think gearing plays a lot to it. Your final drive ratio is what you should be aiming for, and you know, a properly geared higher turn motor in a KV rating. You know, I've still felt that they can be fast or as fast as other vehicles, but anywhere from like 9.5 to 13.5, I think, is like pretty acceptable. If you're competing, obviously you want to fall under the threshold of whatever they allow, so you don't have to buy twice or anything, you know?
Yep.
Steve says the 10.5 he likes the best. 10.5 is a nice happy medium, honestly.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Me too.
I can concur.
Well,
Am I making a lot of noise on y'all's end? Can y'all hear me like filing shit right now? Stuff right now?
sounds good, whatever you're doing.
All right. I just don't want to make too much noise.
Cole, if you feel like we got your question answered for you, man, I hope we did. Let us know. If you still have any other questions, feel free to holler, man. We're here to help. What do you guys think about the lowriders? Like, what's the practical use as a RC car? Just for fun or shows, car shows? What do you think?
What do you mean practical an RC car? That doesn't work.
Right?
I mean like this. A crawler crawls, a drifter drifts, a buggy races.
Lowrider rides low.
A low rider rides low.
And they do hop contests. They do dance contests. You know, they
Okay.
See,
That'd be kind of cool.
So
I think
cool.
what we need
bumper
to
stand,
get
like
in
the
the
bumper
RC.
stand.
Yeah, there you go. Is that hopping? Because they have it for the 25th scale models or 24 scale, but they don't have anything for 10 scale. It's just right now it's just that servo stuff, and then even that super scale thing that we can get.
Mhm.
But, I mean, that's as crazy as it's getting. There's not really no hopping action for 110 scale. So I think if we can get to that in the lowrider RC world, I think it'd definitely be a game changer for sure. I mean, they already have it with that super scale.
But
Exactly, just for show.
Cole says it's a 1410 3800 kV. The SCP combo.
Yeah, I think that it should be fine. Like, I only experienced like severe cogging in my drag racer that's running, like a 120 amp hobby wing with a 4600 kV motor that's a 4-pole. And so getting going from stop is going to take a lot more than when you're running drift wise. So, Cole, I think you should be good, bud.
You'll be all right. What surface are you going to be running on? If you don't mind us asking, I mean.
Hopefully, carpet. Scale science, huh?
What was that?
Said hopefully carpet at Scale Science, huh? Dude, there was another one I had, but I can't find it right now.
All right, what happened? Sleep.
I found it.
Oh, yeah. So rad.
What are those?
Just booty cheeks, man.
Bruh.
Cole, you're definitely good since you're sliding on smooth concrete and carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. In Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome, man. How many guys are out there drifting with you, man? I love hearing that it's starting up everywhere.
For sure,
If
dude.
they haven't already been existing. All right, why isn't this working?
Too bad we can't grab fools and like pop them up in here. That'd be kind of cool.
Right.
Dude, so when I saw this,
So clean.
I said to myself, I have to have one.
More ice.
Yo, I've been slipping on so much ice. It's stupid.
I'm saying, dude.
It's because like I'm on my standard like pay, and literally I have to teach like 8 hours a week, and it's like, what else am I supposed to do with my life? Like,
Spend all my money.
So, Jordan, show this one.
Oh yeah, cool.
Please.
Hold up, coming right up.
Yeah, please, and thank you. 20th scale, I think.
Oh yeah, Jabreeze makes the fire. Like
Dude, this thing is
he makes
nuts.
it.
The Fed dancer.
Dude, what?
yes.
I don't even know what scale he's got.
I don't even like
Oh.
dancing trucks, but that thing is sick.
Right?
Ridiculous, dude.
Dude, how is he doing this? What is that?
That looks like actuators.
That's
People
that
have
devil
asked
work,
if he
yo.
wants to sell like his kits or something, but he never says he like. I don't think he's responded to them or said that he's gonna sell them. I think all his stuff, like if he made some kits, I'd pay top dollar for something like that, you know, because it'd be worth it. That's something
Hell
like
yeah.
different.
It's string.
Yeah, he's probably doing like the way that
The Hot
How,
Wheels dance,
like,
right? With you pull like the string on the servo or like little
Yeah.
motor, boom, boom, boom.
exactly like how a car window works, and so like you have a string on a stepper motor, and that's what lifts it up and down versus like a worm drive system.
Look at the arms though that he has in there. That actually look like hydraulic arms extending. What?
That's what I'm saying, man. Is it like miniature hydraulics that it's actually working with?
I think it
Well,
might
see how small is. I think that's 1/24th. I don't think that's 1/10th. Is that
1/20th.
1/20th?
Yeah.
So it's a little bigger than a model,
Okay.
typically.
Oh yeah, 1/20th scale Nissan.
But
So who's
small.
making those bodies, or is that all one off?
I don't know.
I mean, just considering the scale of that is like smaller than a drift car. 20th scale. What would an M chassis be, Randall? Probably like 14th scale, 16th scale.
I think it's like 16th or 12th scale.
It's 12th scale, I think. Yeah.
So it's even smaller than an M chassis with those details and those hydraulics and stuff, and it moves like that. That's impressive.
Yeah.
There's like a video on Facebook that I've came across a couple times where it's like he has like a whole like little strip town of all his models that he has, and they all have like custom paint jobs and all like dope. That's oh man.
I mean,
And,
if you go to like if you look at what the RC like heavy machinery guys can do with hydraulics, like that game is going to step into this field eventually, and we're going to see some like crazy stuff happening.
Oh yeah.
Hold up.
Yo, I wasn't paying close enough attention. Did anyone answer this for Mike yet? I want somebody else to try and explain it to him.
What's ice?
ice, baby. Vanilla ice.
Anyone care to try?
Ice is when like you're at the store and then you pick up a bag of rice because you know you need some rice, right? And then you go and you scroll down some more and then you see a chassis and then you only have enough money for either the rice or the chassis. So you make a very good bad decision and you put that rice back and you come home with the chassis. Some bad decision ice.
Bad decision ice.
Nothing more than bad decision ice.
I mean,
Spending your money on things you don't need.
Yeah.
yeah, I've slipped a couple times lately. Oof.
I slip all the time.
I slip constantly.
So, anyone got a good anthem for how we all be slipping?
Um,
My bad.
bruh.
Only it's not an EG, it's an EK.
Oh, see,
Yes?
that's exactly what I'm gonna buy. Yep. Oh yeah. Game on.
Give me that.
I think you guys know what I want to make because I'm doing a little build off with our good buddy Sid, the RC guy, on the side. Let me find something.
Front door.
You're at the front door.
You're that.
You're at that.
Hey, is anybody?
Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Oh my Lanta!
What?
Is anybody looking for a crawler?
Yes.
So they are two for
I only want
500.
one.
Right, but they're 2 for 500 at the Element whatever. It's AssociatedElectrics.com, and their Enduro Trail Walker is 2 for 500. Otherwise, it's 3 or otherwise it's 300 by itself.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I flipped on that ice last night.
I'm waiting on so many parts for my crawlers. It's sort of stupid.
What the fuck? There's the chassis. It comes with I think it's a 5-pole brushless or brushed, but it does have an overdrive in the front.
Is it overdrive in front and underdrive in rear? Do you know?
Yes, it has 2 options:
Yeah.
a 6% over and a 12% over.
And so you can the whole like premise behind that is to have like overdrive and underdrive on the front and rear, so they're fighting one another, and so it pulls your car down to the ground, and so you're like effectively like pulling the center of gravity to the ground. So it's super cool to have mismatched gearing in the front and the rear.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why they do that, is to like seriously like hold the chassis down.
That's cool. Cole was saying these Element chassis are super dope. Why do you have so much money in it now? Do you have the IFS, everything, the upgraded plastic and all that? And also, can you put the Sendero rear bumper on this one? Do you know?
Who's asking that?
Cole. He's saying he's got like a G in it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Like,
with good
easy.
electronics and upgrades, man, absolutely. Plus scale bodies, and even if you went hard body on them.
Yeah, you're right. And like, so
I mean,
these wheels are 1.5s instead of 1.9s.
if I grabbed one of my crawlers, the super scale one, it has Vanquish Curry axles on it, and so they're licensed by Curry axles.
Right.
And so like when you start playing with that stuff, like it sort of gets stupid how much you can start spending.
Yeah. I mean,
That's just like us with overdose stuff and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I shouldn't say us. I don't have anything overdose besides the chaser body. Yeah.
and I got that's the ice.
That's the other skateboard. Tell me about this thing, man.
No,
It's electric or just rideable?
it's an electric longboard. It's got an app. It's got a big range, a 20-mile range, 25-mile-an-hour top speed. I mean,
Two-wheel drive or just one?
it's 2-wheel drive,
Not 4-wheel.
right, with the hub motors. I don't know.
That's cool.
It's got nifty, like cushiony.
So, do you have to drive it with the app, or can you ride it?
You ride it with the remote in hand. This guy.
Okay.
And you like roll forward on the wheel for forward and back for back. This one in particular has a swappable power system. So there are hub drive motors as well as belt drive motors. And in this one, you can switch back and forth super easily, I guess. But
wear a helmet, man.
And some wrist guards.
You remember like falling off your bike as a kid and just palming it, you know?
I remember that. Like, I used to skate slalom skateboards, so you'd set up the cones like super close, and you'd get slabbing like this super fast side to side. And I remember falling on my palms and just being like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever done."
oh heck yeah!
But have you ever crashed skateboarding barefoot?
No,
That's 10 times worse than falling on your palms.
I believe it.
Barefoot, man.
Stupid. Hey, let's go longboarding.
The first thing I do is put on shoes. So, like, when I hear people talk about, have you ever been barefooted? I'm like, well, I don't get it. I don't know what barefooted is. I'm only barefooted in the shower, yo.
Same.
I'm so afraid of hurting my feet. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Like,
pause this for a second. My bad. Shout out back to Ronan. Just a quick glimpse of what he was showing us.
Bro.
Yeah. Man,
grew up in the lowrider community.
Get
I
out.
like it. I really like that, man.
Oh, man.
I want to understand like the intricacies of like how you lay a paint job like this out, let alone trying to recreate it. But just, man, super talented. I dig it. It looks really cool.
Yes.
I have super beginner insight on this. Currently learning custom paint online for automobiles, but it's a pain in the ass and a lot of planning.
And if you mess up, it's real shitty.
Oh yeah, you literally have to restart.
It won't be as close on this one, but just I love the difference, but all the flake in that, man, with the pinstripe and
Right.
just the overlays and the color choices, that is fire. I dig it.
So he said it's a silver base with flake, and the rest is line and candies.
Man, that's good looking. This is what Mike was saying about your skateboard, Matt.
Oh, dude, I hope so.
I'm telling you, I said the same thing to him, dude. I said the exact same thing to him.
I hope I hurt myself at least twice, honestly.
Cool.
I see the skate park over by my neighborhood, and I want to get back into like street skating, but I really would have to buy some wrist guards. Like the thought of dropping in just like gives me the heebie-jeebies right now.
Yeah, and like
Think about it later. Don't think about it right now. Think about it later.
I bought a junk skateboard recently too, and like I relearned how to ollie and whatever. I don't know.
Like I said,
Skateboarding
last
is
week,
hard.
y'all gonna actually come do some skate stuff if I ask?
Yeah,
Is Andy Pants still on? Did he
We're
beat?
here, but we're just having a hard time. We can't see
Can't see anybody.
Elliot or Randall right now. Whatever was
Who?
on the screen that looked really cool to Jordan, I could not share the same happiness with him because I
I
could not
can't
see
do
it.
any of those
just a
dances.
minute ago.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I can
can't
hear
do
you,
any
but I just can't see you guys.
Because Andy, I just put the MST stock dampeners on, and you said that the hole was too big, right?
No, hole's too stupid first.
bruh.
Bro.
Hello.
And so my holes were too big for the balls. The balls were too small for the hole. And so you just have to rock it with the countersunk. And it'll hold it in place, but you still get the like wiggle of the ball.
We could do both.
That's not what I'm talking about. the top knuckle. I can't see what you're showing me. We can't screen it all. That's completely blank.
Name and everything, but it just we see nothing.
We're having technical difficulties.
StreamYard.
Gold Goose Gaming tuned in. Arvada Skate Park literally got me skateboarding again. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
That's what's up.
Are you talking Apex? Gold Goose?
One over there, walk off. 72nd, right?
Yeah, I think there's a good one on 72nd that like Tony Hawk had part in building. Where's her
Team
heart?
Team Pain Parks. So Mike's saying he put tier 56s on his.
Trike?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I am
Is that
trying
what
to
you're
get.
talking about? Because I can't see your screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the 3D printed chassis. No, I have
Oh, yeah.
stock Yokomos on my
Go ahead,
trike.
Rob.
Oh.
Hold on. Sorry. Getting there. Pardon me, folks.
So hard to see, but just stock Yokomos.
Okay.
Nice.
The MSTs I was talking about, it's the top of the knuckle on the 3D printed chassis that the hole was too small to fit the damper through and then thread the
Oh.
spring
Okay.
keeper down onto, like I used the Ustakani shocks for.
Yep.
I wanted to do that with MSTs, but they're too big.
And so that's what I was wanting to design was like a cap that would screw on to the dampener instead of the stock cap, and they would mount upside down onto the knuckle.
I was just planning on running it with no oil, just open cap on the top, and just have the top lip hold the bottom of the knuckle, and then screw down the spring keeper.
Dude, Harley's doing a drift trike?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, pull
Dude,
it
if
back.
you guys get into drifting, that would be just another bucket list like item with like the crawl guys coming our way finally too, checking it out. You know?
Right.
I know there's been a few of them that have been on the fence for a long time. Like maybe either they don't get it or whatnot, but it's you can compete very much like you can with the crawler. We're all about the scale too. We love scale everything. Scale is dope. I mean, look at this,
I
Ruben.
think we drift crawl track somewhere all together, like
Yeah, mixing it up. Check this bad boy out.
Those are some deep wheels. I love it.
You know,
So this was the page recommendation by Cole. Man, that thing's tough looking. I like it. What else they got?
Ooh, we got another question about turbo and boost, and everybody's opinion on drift cars.
Okay, 1 second. It hasn't loaded on my end yet, guys, as unfortunate as it is.
what do you mean our opinion on drift cars?
Question is, how important is it?
There it is.
Are we talking?
I'm assuming
I mean-
we're talking RC cars.
Oh, yeah. I think maybe he's talking about those. That's a fair question, I suppose. But assuming RC cars, like, I don't think it's been as important at our track with carpet. Carpet has so much traction that I don't feel like excess wheel speed has ever really been the problem. Especially as we've gotten, better and better tunes, like as time has gone on for all of our cars. They seem to just get faster and faster.
Not mine. You fast holes.
Not yet, you should say. Not yours yet.
Nah, man, low and slow.
No, you're gonna.
Low and slow?
Yeah, bro. Like, hold up. Let me grab the old beam. Does this look fast to you, bro?
Of course not. It's a BMW.
Yeah, that's grandma's car.
And that's what you love, BMW. You know.
However, comma, if you want to pull my thing back up, I found a thing that I've had for years, and I think it's pretty cool. It's a scale license plates for my
Yeah.
Ford. They're like scale Euro plates.
I would say on polished, it seems more important to be able to run both carpet. You know, again, I don't have as much experience with it because it's not really necessary for carpet. Or really, the only other thing I've done a majority of like tuning with is off-road racing, and same thing. I didn't run a lot of boost in off-road. But yeah. Oh, Steve's weighing in for us. Steve has some experience coming from Texas on concrete,
Mm-hmm.
being able to have driven both. And then, you know, like our local other drift track, their concrete is like a textured paint on top. So I feel like it's a little faster than standard polished concrete would be. What do you guys think?
Yeah, when I was down at GGT, they have that really thick or nice slick polished concrete. So whenever I noticed they have their boost there, because you can hear it, and it's really dope that you can actually hear it when it like kicks in that higher little pitch, and it actually, you know, grips and dips on it. So I like to see the boost on it for sure on concrete. It's not necessary on carpet for sure.
Ew. These go hard. Love that bumper. Uh-oh.
Ooh. What happened? The show must go on. All right, gentlemen. What are y'all working on? What are we fucking with tonight?
Messing with.
Hey.
Messing with.
Nothing. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm putting lights in my car, and I'm actually using the LiPo just to test them out, and it worked just to make sure they actually lit up, which was pretty cool. Got me excited to use my RC stuff.
That is freaking cool, Jordan. What chassis is that?
And you walk away.
It's the SCX-10-2.
Okay.
I got everything out of it right now. Not easy to grab, but I have a 3D printed bed for it and
Cool.
had a full interior. It was really heavy. It didn't drive that great. It looked really cool parked there, but it was just for photos, I guess.
Sorry, I made noise.
But I'd really like to make it into something like that. That looks utilitarian. That looks like I could still crawl with it, you know? It looks tough.
You look tough.
I'm trying to file this bulkhead down so I can filing this bulkhead down almost to the point where it's not going to be safe. Anyway, for hold on. I'm trying to get, maximum low all the way around because, I can get in the back. But the hood is coming down on the bulkhead here, so.
Oh.
What up, Ben?
Long time no hear, man. Awesome, brother. Good to see you here.
What a champ.
What up, Ben?
Good, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Cool.
It's almost there, but y'all know I like low. I like all the way low to the ground. Scrape, barely function. So, yeah.
Awesome, Randall. What are you working on, Matt?
Me? I mean, I guess I could throw the light buckets and crap in this 24 scale little Z, but I still need to clear coat it.
That's what's up.
Yar.
You got back into modeling, huh?
Yeah. Went and picked up a Tamiya kit from Marcus the other day.
Shout out
Dude,
Marcus.
I want to pick up that Cadillac lowrider one, but I really do not have the patience to do paint the whole engine bay and do all that stuff. Honestly,
What do you mean? Like it's 20 parts.
I know.
Cool. Show us the picture.
I painted like one, honestly.
Walker.
Mr.
What up,
Walker.
Ryan? So, guys, what do you think of these TCR chassis? I know I got a fellow enthusiast ice slipper here. Hopefully, he's as excited as I am right now. I slipped on this, and we're doing the build off, like I said. But here's something I think is cool about this chassis: you can literally run it 3 different motor configurations throughout the car, front wheel drive, and then 2 different variations of rear wheel drive,
Wow.
all on the same chassis.
And then you can it's super cool. Like this would be perfect for intro people into RC because you can run it off in AA batteries. And so somebody that's wanting to get into the hobby but it's scared,
Lipos.
Lipos and that charger cost, they can get away around that as they, save money back up to buy a lipo charger and some lipos to throw in it.
Yep. Mike, me too, man. Me too. I don't think I showed you guys what I was gonna show you. Trying to find it.
One of those fly guy moments, huh?
Right?
I'm sorry. Whenever we have 5 people in here, it always messes up on me. And then right now, Randall and Elliot are all froze. I'm really
Well, that's
I'm
being weird.
I'm sorry, Ruben.
I'm
So-
upset.
This is how I want to build it, guys.
Yes.
Do you recognize the car?
Is that a local car?
Yeah.
Man, is that your car?
Man. Little boosty guy?
Kyle, please answer your text message and give me approval to make a replica of your car. Please. I want to build it so bad.
He's begging you, man.
And I'll make it fast if it has to be after I race with it.
And Pedro, if you
Hey,
listen,
on that chassis, how,
Yeah, Ruben.
how drift rear wheel drive is it? Capable, I should say. Would it be a good thing, for someone also in the entry level trying to, modify that, or would we still, push them towards the ready to run MSTs and their Yokomos?
I would say absolutely not for drifting, specifically for this reason here. You notice there's no suspension on them.
Well,
Okay, yeah, I was trying to look at it when you brought it on the screen the first time, but I couldn't get close enough.
Let me clarify. It has suspension. It doesn't have dampers.
Great.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them. There was a guy that did an unboxing and made a damper holder and saw an improvement in the handling in the rear end. It wasn't as bouncy when he ran it front
So
wheel.
what are these using as far as suspension? Is it just laying flat and that's where it's at? It's planted, laying frame, or is it?
The
It's more like
springs.
it's more like an F1 where the suspension is built into the arm itself. The arm flexes and gives it just a few millimeters of movement, but not a lot. I mean, millimeters on
Okay.
our cars.
The springs are underneath the arm almost. I was looking at it and I think it's pretty cool looking.
Just because you know how you mentioned that it has the two different options for rear muller, so I was like, well, hey, you know, you can do that with it.
Yeah.
What else are they offering with something like this? But
Hey,
never
hey,
mind.
Matt.
Stick to the ready to run kits, guys.
Oh,
Yo,
real
I'm
quick.
sending you a link right now.
got it, dog.
I like how y'all got that show or like chat.
How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Friday, everybody.
Fried Diesel.
Wah, wah.
Can you play that? And yeah, let's learn, Ruben, together.
Learning is fun.
Yay!
Turn closed captioning on or something so we can maybe try and pay attention to what they're doing. All right. Ooh, that would be sick, Ryan. I'm actually working on my milk van. This is my first piece. It took almost 3 days to print. I'm ashamed of myself.
Did you shush him?
That's what I'm gonna say. It sounds like shh.
No,
I
Something's
know that
glitchy.
shushes at me.
Basically, it's like the angle at which these bars are placed plus the length that they are gives them a specific amount of flex. And then that flex is like the suspension. There's not really a spring.
Oh, so
Like
just
it
a
is
little bit of
like the
flex in
spring.
Okay.
The carbon that they're using has like a high,
Oh yeah, it's here there in the middle.
they call it elastic deformation. And so elastic deformation is the ability for a material to flex without breaking its model. And so they're using all carbon fiber as their flex. And you can see this in like mountain bikes and road bikes, like cycle bikes that they can do.
Yep. And now you know. We need the little rainbow to pop up right there. Just be like,
The more
you didn't know, now you know.
Oh, see, there's a
Yeah, see,
dampener
there's a-
still.
looks
That's
low.
really cool.
Yeah.
In between, in the middle.
Yeah.
So would that be considered a damper, or what would that be?
Yep. It
It's a
would be
dampener.
considered a dampener.
Because, Matt, if you want to pause that for 1 second, come back to this. You zoom in on that arm. You can see, like, on that piece here, it would interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like it's like a limiting factor for how low it can go. So it will always have some clearance, I guess. Is what it
Here,
looks like.
if you go to my screen,
Actually, why am I saying this? I have it sitting here. Why don't we open it and I'll just look?
Yo, silly butt.
so I
that
have a picture pulled up of the front arm.
You're a front arm.
Yeah, dog.
Okay, that's pretty nifty.
And so, like, your lower control arm is fixed, and the axle is then the C hub carrier is then attached to that and pushed down.
Right. That makes a little bit of sense. There's a little bit of suspension movement. Hey,
But yeah, then this chassis also, you have the 3 motor mounts, but then you can change the wheelbase, and so it'll go down to a little bit bigger. It's like in between an M chassis and a 10th scale. It's like it goes down to 241 or something.
I like how the bumper has like the duct to keep the motor cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's like that attention to
And
detail makes fire.
dude, it's a direct drive.
And so there's a 380 size motor in here that they come stock, but you can throw a 540 in it and make it go real fast.
That's what I'm thinking. Like in its future, right now, I think we have a local brush class in our No Prep RC. They might let me get away with running a not Tamiya 540 can. Probably not. I'll have to swap it maybe, but I'm hoping that they'll let me run it just for the scale factor points. They call me the import guy. Whoops.
Every scene has one. Honestly, I think we have a whole group of us. We're an old group of import guys.
Yo,
Oh yeah.
Steve's the muscle guy in our group.
right?
Shout out Steve. Did a sick
Steve,
burn out that day, man. The party.
I miss you, buddy.
Hell yeah, Mike. Exactly like a tank car. This is what I'm putting on Tamiya TT02 to be like that truck we were watching earlier. This is the body I want to do it with. Maybe not, dude.
You know, not
What
yet,
about
but
a delivery truck dancer? What do you think about that? What would you make dance?
NS10.
The
I
crawler
would
scene already
go
has some
all
pretty cool
out
trucks that you can turn into bed dancers.
and try to do some Danny Huen, like the Danny Huen stuff, and put a stripper inside. And make her dance.
All right.
Or like
I
a
like
party dance or something, like some speakers inside, make some lights, something. Instead of making the truck itself dance, like have it be on bags, but still have like do some features inside since you'll have all that space for activities.
I think my car is inside right now. Dang it. Our buddy Ben made me a delivery van that had one of our Scale Science like Rising Sun stickers on the side of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking something like that would be kind of cool. Fill it with like car parts or
That'd be
I don't know, maybe park like some motorcycle, like a little motorcycle or something in it, or like give it some windows or do something, I don't know, something cool.
something different.
Yeah.
Taco truck, taco truck.
Throw a tech bike in it.
What's that, Matt?
Throw some tech bikes in it.
Yeah, dude. I want to do something cool.
All right, let's see. Man, where do I glue this lens on?
What are you guys working on?
Trying to fix these technical difficulties. It's like we get a lot of static and on this, and it's just like
Randall's frozen.
But we're making the best from it. We're gonna try to get some laps here in a minute,
You're
but we just don't want to be loud for everybody watching and everybody there. So we're being thoughtful a little bit.
Thank you, guys. You're the best. This is.
Oh yeah, the lights that I'm putting in my car, my real car. Bam, Lincoln, right? I used the LiPo for the RC car, so it's kind of RC, related. Working on it. Let me see, make sure I don't blow nothing up.
boom.
Bam, I'm using the LiPo to power it right now just to test it.
Heck yeah.
You're gonna blend us right now?
Well, that's-
Oh, what?
Mm.
That's cool.
Flex.
So I'm gonna put it to where when you open the door, it's gonna light up. So anybody that doesn't know, I have a new lowrider. Well, I put airbags in my Lincoln, so now I be flexing, hitting switches on all the freaks out at night.
Coach.
Mike, what do you think about this one, my friend?
Oh, you have to. Oh, you can do the one from Cheech and Chong, the little green truck that he drives from Mexico.
That would be awesome.
Dude, that would actually be so badass. Have it like smoked out on one little part by like a shitty muffler.
Yeah, the cop
Hot
goes
dog
to get
on the
chicken,
dashboard.
He gets all fried before he gets there.
That would be so freaking sick. I was thinking about maybe refining these steelies.
Ooh,
Print in ABS and acetone smooth.
yeah. Hey, remember how you named your bike La Sancha? I think the name is the La Yesca, that truck from Cheech and Chong. So if it's perfect, dude, you have to do it.
I like it, dude. No, and Ruben, I know it's not good Spanish, but it's actually El Sancha because she sounds like a man.
Whatever.
Oh, Ruben's gone. Dang it.
He quit.
I made a truck. It's not cool, but I mean, it's not as cool as that. I made that out of diamond.
Dude, that's so sick.
It's not cool. Pulls the coolest thing in the world out. What a
I know, right? What the hell, Randall?
Why?
Damn
It's not
it.
even that. It's not that tight. Oh no, I can't see.
cool. I've seen cooler things in my dreams. Like,
Damn.
but that's badass, bro.
You dream in black and white though. You say nifty.
Hey, bro, don't tell the world.
I just did. I couldn't think of nothing else. I panicked. Oh, I panicked.
You say nifty.
But if you make that Cheech and Chong van, you have to print it out of hemp-based filament. You have to order the like hemp-made filament and make it like full circle.
Heck yes.
Just saying.
Mike, that would actually be sick.
Oh, twisted metal.
That would be
Ooh,
sick.
twisted metal. That's a good idea.
3D print the crazy clown head.
I like the tire
I can
machine
live with
van.
that too. I like it. I like it.
Good.
Tire machine idea is fire.
Oh, Randall.
Yeah, do something weird.
What? Damn.
Forget, I'm all about the wicked stuff, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man,
forgot.
I'm wicked stuff.
Oh,
Oh, bring it back.
make something.
You need to put that on there with the spring, yo.
How
These
much
are
I
my new
bought
figures.
from that track?
What's up? Oh,
Nice.
Chucky and It. Those are my new scale drivers.
Pennywise. His name is not it.
Name is Pennywise.
Pennywise. Yes.
Sorry.
My bad.
Pennywise.
Shut up, Jesus.
Pennywise.
Yo. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
do you
Okay.
still have this one queued up?
Probably. Yeah, I do.
Oh, this one's. Ooh.
And
Fast
Mike,
forward.
they're for the weird photos of cars to have them in the background.
Who, me?
No, I think he's talking to me about my Chucky figure.
Because it's cool, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's strange, and it makes sense for me to have it.
We collect other things, yo.
Yo, so question to the folks in the comments: Who messes with Hot Wheels, man? For real? I know who does in our group, but who out there messes with Hot Wheels? I wanna see some of your creations, or who you like to watch, who you like to follow, who builds inspire you if you're a builder. Randall, I know you can
I
jump
built
in.
a miniature version of my Lincoln.
Get it out. Let's see it.
Randall
This
has
dude
me
right
beat,
here is the
though.
dude that
All right,
inspired
let me
me.
go get it inside. I'll be back.
Yeah?
Yeah, this dude and Diecast Resurrection and Trolley Garage, like, holy. Yeah, they really inspired me to start doing this.
Good old Diecast Resurrection and his blubs.
Blubs for Jimmy. If y'all know, you know. Blubs for Jimmy, yo.
Blubs for Jimmy, y'all.
No, he was talking about Randall's creepy doll head.
Okay, there's a long story about that. So, it was a full baby. Like, you know how the nurse classes, they have full babies and they have full like human beings to reproduce, like how birth goes. And when I went to Pickens Tech, you know, so like there was a nursing school across the building from the mechanic school. So when I was in mechanic school, like the building was getting remodeled, and they were throwing a whole bunch of stuff out. So me liking wicked things, I grabbed a couple bodies, skeleton, a mannequin leg, and that baby. I mean, and it looked nothing like this before. It was just a baby. It was just a little baby head, and you know, I gave him color. I made him lively. I gave him character. He wasn't just freaking cookie cutter basic baby. That's why. I also had like pretty much like from the torso down, minus the left arm, the right leg, and the left, like from the knee down. I had his mom too. So I mean, like.
Randall, it makes sense to me, homie.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
Nah, nothing weird. I just, as y'all know, I have skeleton. I like weird, wicked, dead things. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I also like cars and normal stuff.
I like cars too.
See, I don't even have the patience to do all that stuff. I didn't sand this car down when I got it. It used to be orange, but then I painted it silver just right on top just to match mine. So
Probably lost a lot of.
See, if I had the time and the tools, I'd definitely be doing all that cool stuff.
Skip forward some.
Bruh.
Randall, can you pretend like I've never done one of these and like give me kind of like a step by step what you're seeing right here? Like he's cutting out the back hatch.
I see what he's doing. The show.
Ooh. Me? Matt?
Or whoever wants to tell like anyone watching that isn't, you know, gonna know. Like we're averaging about 200 views per episode right now, guys. Maybe a little bit less on a couple of the others that are younger, but
he's gonna make a station wagon. Basically, what he's gonna do is make a station wagon. He's gonna cut the top off, and then he's gonna fabricate like the C pillar. No. Well, it would be B pillar. Yeah, I think it's the other part of B pillar out of like styrene and stuff. But he's gonna turn this E36 coupe into a wagon.
that's killer. Gets it close with power tools, then hand files and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Dang. What?
Like this guy is a master of his art.
Like I say, that's the food that inspired me. Like, I started watching Diecast Resurrection, and then, you know, like things pop up you may like. And then Diecast Resurrection, if you guys don't know, he does a few mods, but basically he just resurrects old school red lines and he brings them back. He does like I said, he does a custom here and there, but for the most part, he just brings back red lines to their original glory. And I thought that was super cool. I thought that was next level. Then I was introduced to this stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, you can customize Hot Wheels? Like, show me how I need to do this. And like, this has been, like, these guys know, like, I've been doing this more lately than I have an actual RC, to be like 100% honest.
Yup.
It's cheaper.
No, it's not. Actually, no, it's not. Not really.
No?
Well, I mean,
Not now.
okay. So, all right, let's equal it out like this.
Quick sidebar.
To buy a body and buy accessories is about like anywhere from like $50 to $100. A good Hot Wheel haul is like 30, 40,
Easy.
50 bucks plus materials to make it cool. It's like $50, $60. It's like the exact same amount of money as I would be doing on T. So I thought that's my exact thought process going into it, that it was going to be cheaper, but then it quickly added up and I was like, this is no cheaper than RC. Great. Yes, this is Diecast Resurrection. Whew.
That's impressive, man. Super tiny. Yeah.
Like how we were talking about drafting two Hot Wheels together, that's a mix of two different chassis right there. That's a Z-Rod and something else, a Mod Rod or something, a 32 Ford. But it's two different chassis. Like this dude does that sometimes too. He'll draft like, he made a Studebaker pickup truck. He made something else. Like I said, he gets down with the customs. But for the most part, he just does super sick paint jobs. And that's what originally got me looking into doing Hot Wheels.
Yeah. I really dig this, man. I guess this wouldn't be the first Hot Wheels I'd think of, but that's freaking sick. Made the extended cab one.
He 3D printed that guy.
Yeah,
The
it's
whole thing.
Is it, Matt, like, do you remember, isn't it a replica of his truck that he currently owns or one that he used to own?
I'm not sure, but I know that he grafted the back cab on
Yeah.
to make it a 4-door.
Mm-hmm. But I forget if that's a replica of, like, either way, it's his truck. I don't know if he still owns the truck or if it was something from his past, but that's a replica of what he actually owned. So, I mean, like,
That's sick, man.
Yo,
the scale stuff goes deep. We even make our replicas in 64th scale.
Heard that.
too bad they don't make a Kia
The
Forte.
check out the Unicorn. Yeah, he made that for a body build off, and the guy that he was building it off against, he made a FC, a Majorette FC. I didn't even know Majorette made the FC. I need to find one.
So who won?
He did, I do believe. It was like up to the comments and stuff. Like there's a poll.
Okay.
I do believe he won.
What the hell is this? That's ridiculously awesome.
It's another like Resurrection custom mod. Like this dude's cool. Like all these little Hot Wheel dudes, I inspire to be like them. They get me more envious than the RC guys.
I dig all their creativity, man, especially at this size. This is just like, the little freaking trailer house. Sick.
Resin printed.
That's amazing. Like the detail on that looks phenomenal. Maybe that's just me.
No,
Yeah.
it is just
It's ridiculous. I love it.
the size and the detail.
I still put a highly calibrated FDM against commercial resin printing, or like not professional resin printing, but like the SLA that we're dealing with. Like unless you have an ultra cleaner, you're not going to get everything off, and so you're going to lose some of that detail.
Yeah.
I think my hands shake too much to do this small stuff.
Oh, dude, oh my God, it gets intense. Trying to put little pieces on, my hands start shaking like crazy. And like sometimes I have to like set the piece down that I'm working on, like mount that down with like some vice grips and like steady my hand with my other hand. Literally hold my hand, get it done.
Sometimes when I'm trying to solder stuff, my hand starts shaking so crazy. I'm like, what is happening? Do I have Parkinson's? Thank you, Randall, for laughing at that one. Shouldn't be, but you know.
I'm dead. Oh no.
Like, I don't solder that much.
So he's just cleaning up. How did he fill that, Randall?
What's up?
How did he fill the roof? Like, what is it? Just Bondo?
It's just that piece of styrene and super glue. He just used super glue.
Gotcha.
Oh, PLA. My bad. He used PLA.
And then just sanded it to blend it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's the same. That's like I said. I used his technique to make the Manga Tuner wagon. I just used super glue, and I built the super glue up thick like you would Bondo or something. And then I just filed it down smooth.
Do you ever throw like cornstarch or talcum into your super glue?
Yeah, we just talked about that yesterday. Baking soda.
Baking soda.
Super.
Oh. Matt, keep the video rolling, but just a quick showcase here with Ruben. Ruben, back it up just a hair so it'll go into focus.
There we go.
On a LiPo battery, dude. Oh, yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
So how'd
So
you...
it started out like this. And then, yeah, custom made it just to match my real car now. So my real car doesn't get as high and won't get this hop action, but hey, looks good for pictures, don't it? Low riders everywhere.
Heck yes.
I don't know how I got into drift, really. I guess the scaleness, and you guys were so welcoming, and I just ended up enjoying drift. But low rider guy for sure.
I mean, and it's super fun.
Yeah,
it's
anything
been
that's
fun.
RC
I've
is
loved
fun.
it. Every minute of it, even now, not being able to drift, but still, being in contact with you guys has definitely been awesome for sure. So, thank you guys. Drift community's been so welcoming. Well, RC drift, I should say.
Yeah, man. I think our local community is super awesome, man. Everyone's been super helpful, helping new guys get started, and everyone's very welcoming as far as like letting people try stuff out and setting their cars up and helping them understand like when they're making an error versus when their car is making an error, and not just throwing money at parts and stuff like that.
Yup.
I've appreciated that myself about being at a track space with you guys. So I'm sure some other people out there appreciate the good insight everyone provides.
Definitely.
Heck yes.
For sure. Yo, I just want to say them over fenders that he added on there are dope.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing that?
Epoxy putty.
And he just sanded them to shape.
Yeah.
And
Could
he's
you-
probably did it in what, like a minute on the video, but it was really like 6.5 to 9 hours per fender kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Like literally, he's. We're not joking either. It's because I mean like the epoxy putty itself takes about 2 hours to set up, and then you got to like file it and get it into shape, and then you're doing that 4 times. So
And that just like adds so much to the little details that you are seeing on those fenders. To know that he like kind of carved that out of just a glob is so impressive.
mhm.
Could you use Sculpey clay?
I don't know, because you have to bake Sculpey to make it hard.
Yeah.
But if you did the like over fenders before any plastic work,
Potentially, I mean, if you could keep them in the perfect shape of the vehicle. Because I feel like they would shift slightly when you would bake it.
Yeah, or like they would probably deform trying to peel them off once you've shaped them.
I mean, I would be saying like you would just bake it like onto the car.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That would stick though.
I mean, of course it would like pop off after it baked, but then you'd be able to glue it right back onto that surface.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And they have the air dry, like the time dry Sculpey, that has like very minor shrinking.
Small amount of deformation. This thing is
So gangster.
So good.
the roof box, guys. The freaking roof box.
You would not drive that thing.
Yeah, I daily it.
It looks real.
I love the
compared to
BBSs
other
on
Hot
it.
Wheels that he started with, like that, like has just so much realism to it.
Right?
Love the BBS.
I saw another one of his videos. He used a watch gear as like the wheel face.
Yep.
Which that,
Deep-ish.
yeah, it blew my mind.
Man, that's impressive. I dig it.
Yo, I got a random question for you guys.
Shoot.
How often do y'all catch yourself like holding something you have recently glued?
How often do you find yourself glued to things?
No, like just holding, waiting for glue to dry.
Not often. I put it on stands. I don't got patience for that.
What else I'm gonna do? But I got.
Get that 3D printer running, Matt.
I mean, you do it.
Let me send you some files.
Does he look like a Micro Center tech fool? Chill out.
Oh, don't take it to them. They won't be able to solve it.
Ooh.
It's paint stripping right now, and then it's gonna that one's gonna end up with the top off, and it's gonna be like something like this one. And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the top and then make another one like this one.
Yes, sir.
Dope.
You're supposed to be doing something. I thought you picked up equipment, yo.
What did I pick up?
I thought you got the styrene and stuff a long time ago.
Oh, I got some styrene.
Man, even Greg and David building more than you.
I know. I just like. I don't want to. I like the cars I got. I don't want to mess them up.
I know how that goes.
I got a whole little tub.
You need some donors?
I don't know.
A bunch of Laurels, yo. They don't have tires.
Yo, I was gonna ask you guys a question as well. I think, as far as I know, Ruben is the only one that has a SUV, sport utility vehicle.
Oh, the Blazer?
Yeah. What do you guys think of that? Besides Randall's dancing, that was awesome.
Is that the Land Rover?
Evoque,
Range Rover
yeah.
Evoque? See, I'm a big Range Rover guy, but I was never a fan of that one personally. But that is bad to the bone for sure. Like, that's definitely something I would like to build as far as, like, RC car.
I love it. It looks like a hot hatchback with just some ginormous rims. Just, yes.
This is boxy, right? It's
Yeah.
not-
Shut up and take all my money.
Like, I don't mean this in a bad way at all, because I like EG Civics. I mean, it looks like a beefed up EG Civic to be dead on it.
That's
It looks like
No,
the new
for
Type
sure.
R.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. It looks like a Honda.
Like, it looks sick, dude. Like,
Love it.
it's got the fat rear tire and it'd be rear wheel drive. It looks like how Civics should have came from the first place, you know? It looks like a Civic that was done right. Get your stuff together, Honda. Make a rear wheel drive Civic.
Chumps.
I mean, you guys remember looking at this guy's designs a couple weeks ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I don't know. Let me just ask anyone out there listening, like, would you buy this body, maybe minus the trunk and everything else, but would you buy a Supra wagon
Yep.
Yeah.
body?
Hatchback. I would call it a hatchback.
All day and twice on Sunday.
I mean, after I bought a few more S13s.
That's
for
a
sure.
Z4 wagon.
Like, I think it's way cooler than anything else that is wagon. I mean, I like BMWs, don't get me wrong, but I would rather have a Supra myself, even if it is a new one.
Mhm.
Like the
I'd
A9.
rather have a Mark IV wagon
Or an FD wagon.
or an FD wagon.
Bro,
I want like a Volvo 246 wagon.
I want a B8 Avant. That would be,
Get his man out of here. How do we eject him?
huh?
How
What,
do we eject you?
bro? Come on.
Dabba dabba dabba
It's
dabba.
like that full FD spec one that he did.
I think so. Yeah, it's the
I see this stuff being painted on and I can smell it.
I know, right? You feel like the cancer going right to your lungs.
Yep. And like I haven't worked with it in years. And I see it and I'm like, yep, I can imagine that smell.
Yep, I still taste it. Literally the best part of the videos. Apparently strongest paint ever though.
Nah, you ain't got the right stripper. That's what that is. You would have put the aircraft on there,
Bro, he's in Malaysia.
and that has to do anything with what?
I don't know. He ain't got the same shit we got.
Got the internet though.
Bruh, you right. You right. I'll shut up.
Man, I keep telling you, I don't think you are aware of how Google works. You put stuff in, and then like you are instantly connected to like anywhere, yo.
Like the whole world?
Pretty much, like it's pretty cool.
Bro, you're blowing my mind right now. Quit it. Ooh. Yo, do these lenses snap in? Do you know, Randall?
Who? What?
The lenses for these Tamiya cars?
No, I think you have to glue them in.
That makes me sad because I think
Make sure you have the clear glue so they don't fog.
Just use super glue, and make sure you don't get that on the lens.
man, how the
Tweezers, man, tweezers, and a micro applicator.
no, dog. I'm just gonna use window glue.
I can tell you're new to the hobby. Nah, remember that meme? That meme that Jordan posted. You're the fool in the group that ain't got the equipment. You're here. You're about it. You're about that life. You just don't be having the right equipment. And you have the right equipment, which I don't understand. You got like compared to me, you got like all the equipment to be making like fabricated stuff. I'm over here trying to hand make some kind of styrene. You got the 3D printer. You have no excuse, man.
Call out. That is a call out. Shots fired.
Come on, Matt. You can do it. We believe in you. Go, Matt. Everybody sit. Go, Matt.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, man.
Fix it.
But you make
What's the
cool
matter with
stuff. Stop being
I'll-
a Debbie
I'll
Downer.
help you fix it.
Yeah, what's wrong with it, Matt?
It's been apart for 3 weeks.
I know, but like, why?
Extruding? Was it not extruding?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you get it extruding?
Is
Is the was it still warming up? Did you check to make sure?
Everything was still heating. I think whatever screw you were talking about for the stepper or the extruder here
Yep.
was not tight, and I still haven't touched it.
And so you took it all apart, but it just because it wasn't grabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that part that you clamp over that, like, yes, that's a tensioner. And so like if that's not tight enough, it won't bind. But then also check the set screw on the gear that's attached to the stepper motor.
Okay.
So that center gear right in there,
Yeah.
there's a set screw, and that might have come loose, and that would make it so it just sits there and spins.
Okay. There's a flat.
Yep. And so like, but if I would check that first.
I found a chunk of PLA in it.
Oh.
I was upset. But
Y'all couldn't tell. Elliot is our resident big brain. Like he is the big brain here.
Shout out
Also
to
makes
Elliot.
you crazy though.
Yeah.
It's a fine line
We're all like
between.
medium brains, like we're all like medium brains, and then Elliot's like, so you need some knowledge? Listen up.
hey, bro, I'm like doing school.
You're doing school.
Yeah, like I'm currently enrolled in a college.
Yeah, you're learning. This man is teaching us.
Yo, so
Oh,
guys, we drift, okay? But I have to tell you, okay?
This
This
dude's
stuff
so
is
cool.
fun.
Yes.
And yeah, Tyler is super chill, man. I really dig talking to him.
Yep.
But I'm telling you guys, this is a good time.
What time is it, baby?
Probably 10.
I don't know if it's this dude, but I saw a video yesterday of a dude with the yellow Nova.
Here we go.
Down his block.
9:54.
Here's my drag that's happening.
What is this, dude?
Bro,
This is the Kyosho Turbo Scorpion.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
So this is, and I finally got it pulling straight lines this week because I got a ball diff in it versus a normal diff. Tighten that down and it's quick. But like we were talking about the cogging, I need a bigger ESC to deal with the motor and the KV rating.
hold on. Maybe this one cogs.
Dude, that's cool, man. So tell me about the chassis though. It looks like I'm seeing some 3D printing going on.
And so it's an old school remake of Kyosho Scorpion, which was one of their original buggies, two-wheel drive buggies. And so it's like a C chassis frame and just a plastic bucket, which happens to be the perfect size for the hot rod that I'm going to 3D print. So that'll just like sit on back here, and the back scoop will be over the motor, and then up front will be like the engine, and that'll just fit in between the suspension mounts. So it'll be super scale.
it blows my mind. It blows my mind.
That's freaking dope, dude.
Yeah, I've been slipping on that ice. It's like I've built 4 RC cars since the beginning of quarantine.
Dangerous, man. Especially this new quarantine ice.
I wish I could get stuff shipped to me. I got 13 packages in the mail that are just in limbo.
Dude, I have that too. I'm waiting on my FJ9. I'm waiting on a bunch of stuff for RC cars.
Yo, make this drag.
Dude, you need a low center of gravity. You're nearly there.
I mean, it's. Shut up. Whatever.
I mean, Matt, if you look up the no prep drag race, everybody's using a slash chassis.
But this is a Losi.
The LCP, right?
So it's all right.
Yo, I mounted. So this is dumb. I mounted my ESD on a block of wood with Shugu, and obviously it didn't hold. Kept it up.
Homie, you have a 3D printer.
What did I just say?
But it doesn't work.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fix it.
Matt, I'm using an old school Associated SC10. It works really good. RCRI makes a wheelie bar for it. I mean, I can't set it on the bench right here that well, like grounding it to where you can see, but the wheelie bar literally has like yay ground on it before it touches. So, I mean, this thing gets off the line now this year. Did some suspension tuning, brought a lot of the drift stuff to it. It's fun, and it's an old chassis, so I literally had to put nothing into it from what I had except for wheels, tires, body, and this little guy.
And are you rocking 3-cell when you're running, or are you doing 2-cell?
So the local class is actually limited to a 2-cell battery.
Rad.
You can run the high voltage batteries, the 2-cell high volt. I think it's like 8.4. Don't quote me.
Ooh.
But the one that I'm trying to get you guys into with me is the Scale 540 class, man. Because we all have excess drift bodies laying around that are awesome. And just racing some little scale bodies. They don't go super fast, so you don't got to worry about crashing and breaking and killing them forever. But, I mean, this was the little S15 from the team body build-off that I got from Ben. I mean, I 3D printed some parts for it. I haven't quite finished, but I did like a wheelie bar with some little Hot Wheels wheels.
Yeah.
Just for scale, I mean, it's going to look awesome. It's not necessarily a functional one, but I got like a big exhaust up on the front with some screamer pipes and turbo duct and SRC turbo, and we got a dash in there now.
Cole, you and me both, dude. Like 2 drift cars, a crawler, drag car.
I'm just addicted to RC cars. I love everything RC cars. I really love drift, but I love RC cars, period, the end.
Yeah.
If I can afford all RC cars, I'd probably have like one of everything.
So Jordan, do you think the TT01 or the FF is gonna take off more?
I mean, really, the TT series from Tamiya is just so affordable, and they already have all the cool scale bodies to go with them. I mean, the TT02 kit that I picked up, make the kit a little bigger. Dude, Matt, pause your screen. Please, I gotta see it. This is the TT02 kit I picked up. Sorry, just making sure you can see it.
Yeah, and you can get them for so cheap.
Really nice Mercedes body. I want to do this up on maybe my Yokomo's gone. Excuse me, my MST or maybe the Usakani.
Do it.
And one more, just shameless. I made a high battery mount for the RMX with the rear motor. It's our track rental car. I'm interested to see how it does, but I mean, hard to tell in video, but it's literally so buttery side to side. Like I wanted to see it just pitch, catch, drift, and go.
I was gonna say it'll probably have so much body roll.
I can't wait to see it body roll the hell out of it, man. I don't know. I like that look. I think it looks cool, especially when you do like an old kind of boaty body, like maybe throwing the smaller scale wheels on it. Not for the rental, but just for a video. Maybe do like the little Tiger Cresta or something on it. Be fun. Maybe the Mustang.
Throw that 57 Ford on there.
Ooh, dude, that'd be a really good boat, wouldn't it? Damn. I don't know. I think we were saying I want to do this tonight. We might go a little later. I mean, anyone that needs to get out of here, you guys feel free to jump off whenever you need to. I'm going to go a little later tonight and do some building. And if anyone wants to stick around and keep building, let's do it. Here's the forward.
That's what's up.
Got it handy. Let's make it big.
Yeah.
That's just
We
tape
will
on
be
the
in the
outside.
background. Sorry to interrupt. We will be in the background getting laps, so I'm going to mute my microphone. If you guys need us for anything, holler.
Cool. Right on, Ruben.
Peace.
Get some laps, bro.
Lappage.
Let's see what it looks like. I don't know if it would clear.
That's right. You got the rear high motor mount stuff.
That motor mount's gonna hate this trunk for sure.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't run my 55 Chevy on the YD2. The position of the motor got in the way.
Maybe we could finally make use of this guy.
And RC shop in his background. You still there, Matt? Damn, Matt's gone. I think it's just us. Matt's probably here. He's probably being illegal.
Dude, that's looking pretty good, man.
Looking sick. And then, like, when it sits down, it's like it sinks up the wheel gap a little bit, right?
Let's try to give you guys a first person view. Sorry, don't mean to make you dizzy for 1 second.
I'm falling. And no, that don't look bad at all. Throw some flares on there.
Sick.
Matt's back. Were you being illegal?
Shout out to the boys at the Syndicate. This is a body I got from Ben. Threw a couple stickers on it, added a license plate, gave it a little love for all those dudes out there.
See that don't fit on there.
Yep. Get that glare. It's flossing and shining too hard. These are our little scale slap sheets. It's a little scale sheet I made. Recognize that one, Ruben? Oh, Ruben can't hear us.
Ruben getting them laps, yo. You over there sitting, rap, rap, skirt, skirt.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You recognize the shark mouth?
Oh, yes.
So sick.
That's that crowd.
See, I still want to get me one of those bodies. Like, I always really get away from the S13s. I don't know why.
Well, I just ordered an Odivia S13 today.
Shout out to the old
I'm a fanboy.
Made some cool sticker kits for them.
What's up?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we make the Z the official new rental body when we get back out of quarantine?
Maybe. Let's see how it slides. You know.
Deal. All right.
Throw up my screen, Jordan.
Please.
And so I made rear battery mount that you can either do flat or lift it up if you want more throw.
That's
And
cool.
so can match the
What
top
chassis
deck.
is that for, my friend?
What's up?
What chassis is that for?
Any RMX or FMX or FFXD, anything that's that platform.
That's
Awesome,
awesome.
dude.
Local big brain in the house.
Just minor
I love it,
changes.
man. You know, to change it around, tune
Yep.
it. What do you guys think about that design right there? That's freaking sick. You guys want to see something for sale like that? Would you buy that?
Randall, I get why you start dancing when the camera's still on you. You're just like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, like, I
Just
don't know
gotta
what to do
start
with
dancing.
Sorry. Oh yeah, Cole. I'm gonna have some fun with that TTO too, man, for sure.
When in doubt, dance it out, you know?
Right?
That Land Cruiser body. Hey, somebody makes like I think it's a Land Cruiser body. I think it's Arma or somebody else makes.
Team Wraith makes a rad Land Cruiser body.
Dave, this one's for you, bro. It's a flyover.
Back a chicka wow wow. Yeah.
Take your
Wow.
top off.
Bow. Chicka wow wow.
There you go. I'm sending a link to you. Oh, and I think Matt wants in. When did he send this?
Oh, we must have kicked him. Sorry, Matt.
It's all good.
Ooh, gone.
Yeah,
And-
Randall kept trying to find me.
See, I got your back, fool. I got your back.
Appreciate it, pal.
Sounds good, Dave. I'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
Later, Dave.
Yo, shout out to the old Walker Drift Lab days. Ryan, if you're still here, man, remember these dope-ass stickers. Excuse me, dope stickers. We had fun, man.
First FD comps was held. No, our second FD. We did that at Cold Park, but the first like legit FD tandem comps we had at Ryan's house. Things were live.
Jordan,
mean-
have you seen the Team Wraith LC80 Land Cruiser bodies?
Talking to me?
Jordan
I have not. I
or
don't-
anybody. They're all hard body and they're sick. Old school
Hey, guys.
Land Cruisers.
I don't want to interrupt, but if you guys ever want to just throw us on camera, we're gonna get in tandems, and I want to probably put it on the track, but I'll still mute it. So hopefully you guys can get some cool footage.
And
here
get some
instead.
laps so I can take
Oh, let me
intermission.
know. Does that look good right there? That's her little clipping point. It's a backpack.
Yeah, get those laps in, my friend.
All right, cool. I'm gonna mute it then. So,
Andy, looking good as always, my friend. All right, well, I guess we got to give him some what's the word I'm thinking of here, Elliot?
It's free real estate.
Some kudos.
Definitely kudos. We got to narrate for them. That's the
Oh, we have Manji Madness knocking down the camera. Bummer. He
Going a little
clipped it
too deep.
too tight.
Technical difficulties from the track, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go back to
Oh.
look at that.
That's ugly.
It's really hard for me to ever look at the TRD from Toyota and not think turd. Like,
Same.
I just see it and it's turd. I get it, but
Why do you say turd?
Just because
It's only missing a U.
I mean, give me the sounds. Give me those sounds of those letters. Turd.
You know, my friend.
And this is why I teach first grade.
Y'all talking that boo-boo? Y'all talking that boo-boo? Everybody laughing. Y'all talking that boo-boo? It's like,
Yeah, let's get Ruben back on.
speaking of first grade, have you done the thing?
What thing?
The thing.
No, definitely not. Not in these times.
Ah, that's right.
It'd be super sketchy.
Clipping points.
That's so dope. I love the backpack.
It's sick.
You need a doll head in another corner.
Need that upside down Dora.
Yes.
Yeah, the track special.
The track trap, per se.
Man, the trap house gone. Y'all I'm still mad about that. I know the house wasn't mine. I know the person who took it, it was their house, but you know good and well, if you're watching, if you happen to still mess with us like that, if you're watching, you know good and well all the little accessories and all the stuff inside that house was mine, yo. Like I don't want it back, but for real.
Oh yeah, the little
Ruben,
dog.
your chongas, dude. Jealous.
Oh, how the hell do they expect anybody in the world to put on a 24th scale rear view mirror?
Tweezers, homie.
Tweezers, bro.
Yeah.
Try 64th, man. Try 64th scale stuff.
All right.
Dude,
Put a rear
I'm
view
just
on.
getting laps.
Put a rear view in.
Yup.
Do I need to go get some of my stuff?
Yep. You got rear views or what?
And a few of them, yeah.
I mean, I'll shut up then.
You should know better than to mess with me by now, Matt.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Check out this drag racer, Elliot.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Gimme.
Does it drive on one wheel?
I doubt it.
I hope so.
That'd be super sick, though.
I want a 3D print one like that, like is a drift, like big wheel.
Whew.
Like that you'd be like riding with a kid. So you'd like start off with like a, like a mini Z size chassis, 124 size chassis, and then make that into like a miniature drift with just one small wheel up front. Well, big wheel, small in comparison to everything else we mess with.
I'm tired of that.
Dude, the thing that gets me about this one is how he shaved down a prime tire
Yeah.
and made it look more balloony, And then it looks like the wheel is like a class 3 crawler wheel. Like one of the crazy like motor on axle type ones.
Like some type of bead lock or something.
That's what I was gonna say. I see like bead lock or something going on there.
I want to see the other side of it, dang it.
And he probably it's probably using that SLV, whatever that mounting system is. You can push it out more.
Hook us up with a strip of Gordon's van, man.
Speaking of these right here, I sent a message to everybody last night in our group chat. I want to do some like battle bots or something.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yes, please. Please.
Do you guys remember that show?
Oh yeah.
It still goes on.
Yeah, it still comes on.
Oh God.
It still is a thing, homies.
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
Ruben or Randall, me and you, dude, just makes sense, homie.
All right. Let's finish this one up. I want to see the end of this. Matt, can you play the last couple seconds and find us an episode of BattleBots so we can decide how we're going to build these things?
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
I like
Dude,
how it's on the rotating table like it's hitting the corner.
Yeah.
It's so good, man.
See, like that was the inspiration for like the current one that I'm building. You see how he left the front so you can take it all off and still expose all that work that he did.
Yup, that's so sick.
Matt for sure just glued his fingers together.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that happened.
I could just tell by the like heavy sigh. Oh.
Oh my god, how long does this take to fucking set? Sorry.
You're messing with that glue, y'all. Man, that
Matt,
glue,
on the real, you gotta get some of this, man.
What's up?
Matt needs to get some of this stuff right here.
Nah, you think he mad now?
Is it the accelerator?
Nah, he being glued himself to it instantly.
Right.
Dude, the only thing I'll tell you is don't have that glue on your fingers when you spray that, dude, because it gets hot.
Oh, does it?
Hot.
It's gonna be a no.
Man, let me use super glue. Screw this.
Exothermic reactions happening.
Oh, whoops.
Yep, pretty much my life.
You're an exothermic reaction.
I think we all are, homie. We're warm-blooded.
Well, you ain't felt my
It's like an endothermic reaction because weren't we actually created inside? Isn't that like an inside thing? We was, inside.
Endothermic means that you require energy to do something, like heat to warm up to do your reaction.
I think he's talking about like brown chicken, brown cow happens inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thermics. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything about that, so.
Yo, Gold Goose, shout out to you, man, but I want more information. You got a link or something? What do you mean? Like they're coming to Denver and we can go watch, or we can try and make one, or what are you talking about here? Randall, did you get any laps this week on your track, man?
Yeah. I was out there pretty much every day. I've been out there pretty much every day up until Wednesday.
Dude, send me a video. I want to show everyone your track. I love it.
Matt. I like how Matt straight up, like the guy.
Matt's on it.
There's some for sale in Denver.
BattleBots.
Yes, for sale.
Really? All right, guys. This is in Randall's backyard. Randall, give us the grand tour right here. What's going
on? This is my Mushi course, and I do believe this was like back in February when there was a weird like 70-degree day in February, and I was like, we're hitting this up. So I went outside, and Andy, as a matter of fact, helped me build this. Andy was there for the conception of this. He still hasn't got to slide it yet, though. Ruben didn't slid it. Matt didn't slid it. Steve slid. You need to come out, Jordan. Colin didn't slid.
Dude, I can't wait to come out to this. I know I've been talking about it for a long time. I'm not blowing you off by any means. I just haven't had a chance, but I can't wait.
I know. If I'll be sweeping, I'll be like, damn, Jordan don't like me, man. He ain't never been out here.
Okay. What about this? What about rear-wheel drive dirt drifting? So we make like rally cars.
Dude, I mean they already have like dirt oval cars on a slash chassis.
It's so sick.
Okay, course. My bad. I didn't mean to cut y'all off. I got like ADD.
Oval course racing is rad.
I mean, we got into it by accident.
Dirt drifting.
When we went out to Egypt, when we went out to that place in Fort Collins, like their track was set up for oval racing. We couldn't drift, so like when we were on their track, I mean that's basically all we could do was go fast on their track, and then we went into the back into the shop on concrete, and we were like,
Killing it.
Here?
It was funny. They have, a multiple $1,000 piece of carpet that they race on. It's like the highest of the high end. Awesome track facility, tons of parts, tons of awesome bodies we had never seen. And they were so like friendly and welcoming to us. The E-Team Hobbyplex, they were freaking awesome people. And I know I went home with like 3 different bodies, some of which I didn't even know existed. I was just like, you mean they make a 55 Chevy, or excuse me, a 55 Ford? Yeah, I'm buying that.
Yeah, I bought a 55 Chevy. No, I didn't buy the 55 Chevy from them. I found out about the 55 Chevy from them. I got a Subaru from them. I got a WS6 Firebird from them. Like, I didn't even know these were bodies.
And Ruben can't hear us right now, but he actually scored like a old school 90s Caprice from them that was super sick.
Dang.
It was the Caprice, right, Randall, or was it the Malibu?
It's a Caprice.
That's what
I think it's actually the Impala, but it is a Caprice, like the Caprice Impala.
Yep.
Ooh. Well, that's a nice transition. It goes from me to Jakarta. That's legit. This was sick. This build right here is the one Matt was talking about, where he put the watch cogs.
Oh yeah.
Wheels.
Those words.
I know. I was making a circle shape and everything. I was like, the things that roll, they make rolling happen.
Man, I'm gonna put this away, mess with it tomorrow. It done pissed me off.
That glue.
Well, it's like the clear part cement and window maker from Testers, and it doesn't tack up quickly, so it keeps getting everywhere.
So I have found that stuff better to like make your own windows. Like you paint it onto stuff and you can cut it out to the window. I've never found that stuff to be good adhesive.
Okay.
And so, but you can like make your own clear stuff with it really well.
Oh.
That's cool to watch the time lapse of this Hot Wheels getting baked.
Yeah.
Once again, I can smell it.
It works so good though. Like that looks amazing. The detail on that's pretty killer.
I hate using the citrus strip stuff because it takes like 2 hours to sometimes like 24 hours before it even strips the paint. But I mean, like, I really prefer that than cancer. So.
Yep. It either works bad or it gives you cancer. Like.
Yeah. When it comes to cancer and stuff, that's one time I'll be patient on that. I'd rather not rush to the cancer,
Yep. All right, guys. So I got windows in. All I have to do is door handles.
Got the windows in. I wasn't making fun of you.
Show the camera, Matt.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Oh wait.
Looking good, man.
Yeah, I got the windows in.
I love that color, bro.
Yeah, you got the little grill. I mean, stock wheels, but I'm not gonna glue them. I might buy some different ones.
Hey, fool, from the side, you look like an eBay Stitches without tattoos.
And eBay Stitches. Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I might want to hit you. Wow.
Nah, man, I ain't mean it like that. I'm just telling you.
I got
I
you.
don't know. Clean cut Matt is not the look for me, yo. Like rough and ugly Matt was the look. This pretty boy Matt's not cool, dude.
This isn't even clean cut.
I don't even know you anymore.
Bruh.
Yo, I want to know, any of you guys out there watching, there's 10 of you, if you want to comment on this, should we do a part 2 to the Sakura D4?
Why?
Do you think it's deserving? Matt, I know your feelings about the D4. You hate it.
Right. Well, so like with looking into a lot of like full rock crawlers and trail trucks and stuff, I've noticed there's like a line of videos about every truck out there that says these are the 6 things you need to do to make this thing the greatest thing on the earth. But maybe do that for the D4. I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
Right? And maybe, just maybe, I'll get another one.
Well, because
So-
I've been seeing too, like a lot of the new guys, they're asking about them. They're like, "Hey, what's up with the D4? Because I can't find anything else, but these are in stock." It's basically 2014. No, 2000. It's like 2012 all over again. Everything else is out of stock, and D4s are kind of like what people can find.
Yep.
I've been noticing that in like the posts on Facebook and stuff, and like the RC Marketplace and like Worldwide Drift. A lot of dudes are asking for info about the D4, so it's like I think it might be time to give it a little retouch or like touch on it again.
Let's do it. Here's one I got this week.
Is that the ham one?
It's a ham.
Who's
So it's a
cooking?
mid motor.
Is it gonna
instead
be
of-
gone by the time we get back to the track?
The guy was supposed to come check it out tonight. Didn't show up. So I don't know, man. I'm really tempted to put some electronics in this thing and drive it. I think it would be fun. But I'm not opposed to selling it. I have another one as well after this one, and Dave bought the third one that we got. But I mean, if anyone out there hates on D4s, like throw some comments up, like tell me why you hate them and let's talk about it. We got one right here. I got 3 of them right here actually, so we can talk about all different styles. Like this guy's got a monoshock on it, so some people don't like them, but it gives you a lot of body roll on your chassis. And then this one's running one of the like 3 racing baggy suspension kind of setups.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Probably is dumb. Do they have, besides like the monoshock, do they have like a baggy setup for the front or anything similar to that, like that cantilever style suspension and stuff?
Not for D4s that I've found, actually, to be completely honest.
That would basically be like the FXX IFS type stuff, right? And then
Yeah. Which, I mean, you could set up on your D4 in pretty, I mean, it wouldn't be terribly hard, especially if you had a printer.
Oh. I just had my D4 in here too.
Like, let's look at another one. This is a standard D4. It's got a couple things different, like spur gears swapped sides. So I believe on this specific chassis, with the way things rotate, that would just be to make it squat under throttle load by swapping sides. Like that's why they do it in the off-road world. Same thing, baggy setup.
Is this a lot of play in the diff? Like, you see, like this side is not moving, and this side is that considered a lot of play?
I mean, it's different on every car. Some cars, yes. Some cars, no.
All right.
I mean, are you feeling an issue with it?
No, I haven't been feeling an issue with it. It's just something that I noticed yesterday when I threw that body on there. I just kind of noticed.
Build off bodies? What are you guys thinking?
I haven't even touched mine. I feel.
As you can see, I really haven't either. I cut it out. Sorta. Didn't cut the front out yet.
Oh, damn, mine's over here. And now mine's still just chilling, just like it was. I haven't even cut out the front piece that I had marked up. You can't even see it. front design. Can't even see it. Hi, Elliot.
I'm back.
Did Matt leave? Did Matt peace out on us?
No, he's here.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, my shit went crazy.
Dude, Ruben's little track looks so rad.
Yo, it is legit fun. But actually, I am gonna hop off of here because it's like, wow, only 10:30. But I'm tired.
Matt, have a good night, man.
You guys too.
Later, Matt.
Be safe, man. I'm probably might have to hop out here soon, or I might just have to change scenery like I do normally when we go off air. Because I'm at like 10%.
All good, Randall. All good. Elliot, same goes for you, man. If you need to do anything.
Nah, I'm just hanging out right now.
Mike, have a great night. Bent Sound. I mean, that chassis is for sale. So you guys have a great night. I'll
Yeah,
be on the
Matt.
stream.
Be safe, dude.
Word.
Cheers, Matt. Peace,
Hopefully
man.
we'll see each other next week for real, instead of on computer screens and phone screens.
Right, for sure, for sure.
I sure hope so. So as far as projects tonight, let me get something different going. Anyway, I just wanted to give us a shout out though. 10,000 views on that bad boy.
Yeah, I saw that, Jordan. Like,
It's awesome, man.
Stepping up.
No, I had a lot of fun with this, dude. You know, I've been a lover of the Sakura for a long time. I think it's a fun chassis, you know? I mean, when I got into drifting, it was more about just trying out rear wheel drive, and then got into upgrading chassis, and it was like, okay, if you want to dump $300 into this one, maybe buy a $500 chassis instead of a $200 chassis, you know? And got to experiment with a lot of different setups, luckily. So I guess, I don't know, there's a lot of different ways that you can go with it, but it's, I don't know, fun. We did a lot of drifting with a lot of deep fours for a lot of laps for a lot of days, man.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I still rock mine. I love my D4. Waiting
Yeah.
on the D5 whenever that's gonna come out.
Seriously. I'll buy one in a heartbeat, you know. I have no qualms about running one. I think they're awesome. I don't know. You guys got to get out of here like you said soon, or
I probably got like a half an hour left in me.
cool.
I'll probably take a 2-minute disappearance real quick, but
So this is what I want to work on tonight. This is my 34 Drift Ute.
so dope.
Been working on it. Sorry about the blowout on the top. There we go.
A potato.
But I'm doing a fuel cell, fuel system, nitrous bottle, some filters and pumps, and trying to route it all with like little wire.
So sick.
It should be pretty cool when it comes to being done, but it's taken a lot longer than I thought it would, man. Doing all those little details.
I had a student's parent email me a couple weeks ago, and they contracted me to make their kiddo a birthday present.
Mhm.
And so I made him a sign that lights up and it says his name. It's like,
Nice.
yeah, it's
You know the
pretty
look.
cool.
You know the look.
I know what you're thinking, but not like that.
I was pretty stoked on the integration, you know? Like, I guess the question that we've always kind of talked about is like scratch building versus 3D printing, you know? And being able to put some scratch building with styrene into things with 3D printing, like, I guess one of my favorite parts is this little gusset here in the center. It has little fingers sticking out of all different sides, so it fit into the tubing that I use to bend the part of the cage. So it's perfectly geometric, and it gives you a really nice uniform look side to side. And you can make them in different sizes. I just chose to make it that size because of the width of the body.
Dude, I'm really loving the window piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and the cage work back here, like the tube chassis.
Thanks, man. It's been a lot of fun. Just using the different kind of diameters of stuff, like the rod and the tube, and then just the rod.
Mm. Even though, like, I guess I would say I'm the scratch builder, one could argue that 3D printing is just like next level scratch building, because you still, unless you're stealing somebody's STL files, like, or buying them, you know what I mean? Unless, like, you're still scratch making it. It's just you have some automated assistance. You don't have to do the shaky hands. You actually have some precise. You still scratch built it.
Thank you for acknowledging that, Randall. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Seriously, man. I was gonna say, like,
precision machining. I know what it takes.
But see, like, I've made styrene. This is a styrene like utility truck back for a crawler. So I mean,
see, that's what's up.
I did all right. I've played with some styrene.
Did you find that file, Elliot, or did you?
No, this is styrene. I just straight up built this with styrene.
You scratch built that.
Yep.
Dude, that's epic, man. I love it.
So it just fits straight up onto a SCX-10 chassis.
Wow.
And then I built like a flatbed body. I think that one's down in Denver. But I remade that with 3D printer. Just because like styrene can start weighing a bunch. Like you can make it lighter with PLA and printing.
Like the little cars that I make, usually I throw 2 or 3 little RC weights in there. Like the one that I'm currently making with all like the detail and stuff, like it's super heavy and I haven't even put a weight in there yet.
Yeah, it's so rad. I think they should weigh more. I think RC cars should be like forced to weigh more. It's 10th in size except for the weight.
You know, I like that.
The weight. And that's for me why I want to make this weight shift on it, you know, to give it that like super accentuated body roll. It's party. No, I mean to give the like shout out on it, you know.
Later, Mike. Have a good night, dude. Thanks for hanging out for so long.
Later, Mike. Have a great night, man. Good chatting with you. As always, bro. But no, like this is the battery mount that I did on the RMX, you know? So it's like goes straight from a Tinkercad file, which, you know, some people will argue is like that's kind of a joke, but still we're doing some things with it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not the most fancy, but at the end of the day, like this little thing right here, probably a fraction of a dollar to make if you had to make one yourself. So you can really start talking adjustability and like having ultimate control over how your chassis performs for a lot more effective pricing if you're willing to do some thinking yourself. I don't know. Maybe Elliot would jump in. What do you think, man?
I think that 3D printing like open up the ball game in so many different manners. Like I know that Randall searches and searches for certain wheels, and like you could easily make that and 3D print them, and you could even 3D print the tire, you know, in a separate color or in a different material to give it more grippiness, and like you could instantly be like, this is what I want this to be, and you make it up, you print it, and you know you're not spending $12 for a set of wheels. You know, 15 cents. You're actually paying more for electricity than for plastic, probably.
No, for sure, man. I mean, honestly, I'm hating life right now printing this delivery van. I mean, going almost 3 days on one print is just like, why me?
Oh, wait, like one single print on a 72 hours?
Yeah, one single print was 2 days, 21 hours.
Dude, do you have a universal power supply, like a battery backup?
Not yet, but this thing does have a pause. I know. I
dude.
lost one, but I saved one.
That's so dope. I'm always so scared to like make those big prints.
Oh, dude, I'm terrified every day. I'm like, if the power even just glitches one time, I'm done. What up, Randall?
Oh, damn. I said Elliot's over there running like two printers. He's like, you got that problem? Well, I don't have that problem. My prints take like a day.
I do. I like try and make sure like to do multiple small prints just for that reason. Like,
yeah. This one specifically, it was about 2 hours, 2.5 hours roughly, with a 100% fill and a fine quality on the Ender 3 Pro. So I was pretty pleased with the speed. Honestly, it's very flexible, so it's not rigid by any means. Like, it would not work that well for an actual wheelie bar, but it's just for show.
And so you could very easily make that actually quite rigid, even with it being that flat.
Yeah.
The two lines that are going towards the car, if you put like vertical ridges down the center of those lines, like another rectangle on top of all of those lines, that would like greatly increase that lateral flexing.
Okay. Maybe I could even do like a triangle or like a mountain peak.
Yep. And so that would rigidity. And that would even give it more rigidity. So if you use a triangle versus just like a rectangle, you'll get more strength.
I was pretty pumped on it. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see this with the lighting, but on my scale drift car here, like, I got a little link.
Yes.
It up to the underneath bumper, so it actually has a little cutout there, and it's mounted into the stock plastic. I just drilled it, and then it's on top as well. So it does give it some stiffness. It has a little bit of play, but then it gets pretty stiff. So it's kind of awesome. Like, it would give it a little bit of play like a real one would have.
I think that's super dope.
What's up, dude? Guys, I'm print.
But as far as designs go, like, I don't know, is there anything out there that anyone's watching still wants to talk about or see? Elliot, how's your car coming along, man? Is it almost done?
What car? Which one?
The fully 3D printed one.
No, I have not been working on that. I need to. I got the trike all built up just because I can drift that one in my house a little bit better than a full 10 size, but I have everything. I got you. I'm being lazy. I'm not gonna lie, I've been lazy.
I showed this one before. This one was one of my favorites that I just made from scratch. It's pretty industrial looking. Like, it's not perfect with the chamfered edges and stuff, but I think it looks pretty tough and pretty simple, and it worked. Had some real lights in it and stuff, lenses. It looked legit.
I think it's rad.
I don't know. It was really funny. I forget who it was, but they commented that they're like, "Whoa, you made that?" And they were looking at my fuel cell stuff. Like, you made that in Tinkercad? That's impressive.
I don't know what like everybody is like hating on Tinkercad. Like it's a fine program for essentially everything that we're doing. Like
Yeah.
anything a hobbyist is doing, like you're not doing any structural simulations.
Yeah.
So like you don't need like really extensive software.
No.
Yeah, it makes it rad and super easy to have better software, but like the fact that you can do this on Tinkercad means you can pick up another software and do more.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's rad.
Absolutely. Randall, if you could get anything 3D printed for your car, be it something for look or something for function, what would it be? Like for your RC car?
A really sick interior kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I see all those dudes with like the super sick dashboards. Like, I was speaking of that, I was looking at dashboards and interior kits online today. Like, I was gonna like maybe get some crawler stuff and see if I could finagle it onto the drifter, like David did with that Axial interior. I think it was like.
Yep.
Man, these interiors, like the interiors are sick. That's where I like interior stuff. So I guess I would go with interior. If I could 3D print anything, it would be like a really sick interior.
Okay.
Nice dashboard, a sick steering wheel, and like a little center console.
Dude, what about like we were talking about it in the private chat the other night, 3D printing a Hot Wheels like base chassis that you could like build your bodies off of, make it adjustable even.
I sent Randall a couple files. I told him to take a look at them and just let me know what he wants for me to print. Because there's a couple of them that are hot rod chassis that make it so you can like make it real funky looking.
That's dope. Randall, are you able to see them on your phone?
No, not right now. I can't. I gotta go back and check them. But I mean, like, if they're hot roddy and like chunky dragster stuff, I probably, no offense, won't be that interested. I mean, you know me.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't nobody hate me in the comments or nothing. Like, it's just not my scene.
How much is that front wheel drive chassis?
What up,
Like
Matt? Coming back.
220.
Yeah, I think Asia Tees had them the cheapest. They were like 150-ish plus shipping, if I remember correctly, somewhere around there. I don't know. Give me a second, Matt. I'll look it up.
I think it's 220 for the ready to run. Good old 3D printing noises.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing 189 on RC Mart.
But if you look, the only shipping they have available right now is $100.
Hey.
Yeah, it's not showing Asia Tees, but I know that's where mine came from. So
I mean,
let me see if I can look it up.
did something happen in the course of like a few days? Because I was looking at a few bodies today too, like D-like bodies that are like normally like $50 or $60 are like $110 plus shipping. What happened? What did I miss?
Where? On RC Mart?
On like anywhere. When I was looking for bodies today, I was just like going through looking for bodies, S13s and stuff in specifics, and one of the D-like S13s is $100 and some, and I have the same D-like S13, and it was only $60 when I got it.
Damn, 2.5 hours. Hey guys.
Hey,
You out of here?
Yes.
You guys have a good night. Good chatting with you guys.
You too.
Good slides.
Everybody watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If we're still alive, we appreciate the love.
See you next Friday, maybe.
Maybe we'll probably be sliding. Hopefully, if COVID is gone, well, not gone, but we'll be taking safe measures. You guys too, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.
You have a good night, man.
Bye, Ruben. Bye, Andy.
Bye, guys.
Later.
So I haven't found the car yet. Oh, there we go. So the RTR is 223.
For it being painted, and for clear, it's 200.
Okay. Woo! Dude, I can't wait.
That makes me want to just press send right now.
See that body though, man. I want an EK like the coupe.
Oh, they're so cool.
How are you guys coming with that 3D printed chassis?
I need to build mine.
Because there's this dude on Worldwide. He's either on Worldwide Drift RC, Drift RC. He's on one of those pages, and he's building his, and it's getting me like in my feelings. Like I want one.
Dude, I gotta find him right now. I saved the picture. Let me. You guys keep talking.
What's up?
What's that, Randall?
That black and silver one? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Still want the Supra.
Mother beep. You yawn creepily, fool. What the hell?
Yo, check this out. So I got this file to make D4 with the direct servo mount. And on the front here, through here, the top arm is tapped so you can screw the screw to adjust the caster.
That's sick.
See, the D4 is about to come back. It's about to have a comeback. And we need to get together and make some better knuckle adjustments for the M chassis, because the little knuckle plates that I made, I don't know. I need some help. I need you guys' big brain.
I need to play with it because I can get mine to drift.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
dude,
mine
can
drifts
get mine to
pretty
drift
well.
all day. I just can't get it to hold deep angle.
Yeah.
I
I
want
don't know where this post is at.
I'm loving that kit on that YD2, man. People kept trying to tell me that thing didn't exist last year when I was looking for one, and I'm like, "Well, I know it does. I've seen it."
Am I missing something? What the heck? Dang. It's commented on from forever ago. You guys gotta see this old school design. Look at this fuel cell. How dope is this?
That's what's up.
Matt wants back in.
I'm about this. See, like how I made my Whitey 2 fat. I now want to make the D4 fat. Like I want to make it look like, for lack of better words, a Rhino Max / D9. Just like how I did my Whitey 2. I want to do that to every single chassis I have.
But why?
Check this. This is the steering system. I think anyone that has like an all-wheel drive chassis that would re-drill their chassis plate.
I know why you
If
left it, man.
If you can make this to fit those holes on anyone's chassis, like you could turn so many all-wheel drive chassis into rear-wheel drive cars so easily and cleanly.
Yeah, real quick.
Is that similar to the front end that you made for David?
I don't know whose front end that is.
Yeah, the one he has is caged up. Like it looks like it's. But yeah, I'm gonna do a front wheel drive drift car.
It's his own design, Randall, but just this ball bearing system, like slide rack style, but on a straight bar with those adjustments. Like, look at that angle he's getting at.
I know, dude.
Randall, this is yours. Like, this is all your stuff.
Is that what you were showing me?
Yeah.
Let me see that again.
It's
You're
like
frozen.
the whole front engine strut design for the FFX. That's the motor.
That's what's
So
up.
I just have to go to the post office, man.
Well, I don't want you going outside.
But yeah, all the stuff's ready for you, man.
I'll grab it for you. How far away you live?
It's about 3 hours.
Oh, maybe. Never mind. Maybe we'll talk some monetary compensation. But yeah, I'm gonna get a front wheel drive. I'm gonna get me a front wheel drive drag car.
Please,
I'm gonna join the club.
dude. Please, hell yeah.
Because like
Chassis Club.
I want a little Civic IRL, and I'm not gonna put a rear wheel drive chassis under a Civic. It just hurts my heart. But like this thing, I can
Why?
but it's too much fab work to actually do. I know a few people have done it, but
A bunch of people have.
right. I just feel like it's wrong. But now a front wheel drive little drag car, on the other hand, I'm selling Melosi. Like I ain't even joking. How much is this worth, Jordan?
I'll give you $1.
Hold on, Matt.
I mean, I'll take like 400. I'll be real happy with that. So, were y'all saying this TCR comes as a ready to run?
Yeah,
Wow,
200.
that's the $200 one.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Well, that's a clear body, and if you want one painted, it's more. So.
I'm looking at Honda red pre-painted 229.
Yep.
That is ridiculous. And now,
All right. What were you wanting to show me?
my Losi, what's it worth? I'm buying a TCR.
Dude, I mean, can I say this? You already have the Losi. Get a body. You want to run my old body on it? Run Outlaws with us.
It's all-wheel drive.
It is.
Yeah.
Can you take the front diff and stuff out, or does it not work like that?
It's driven by the center diff.
Oh, okay.
But like, I could probably get. I might be able to get 250
sick.
out of it
So
With-
sick.
if I let go of the AVC receiver.
It's got the double A's in it. I'm gonna have to swap it for the lipo so I can give it a go tomorrow.
What? Do it.
So stoked that it's front wheel drive already.
Just the concept of a front wheel drive RC car makes me happy.
No doubt, man.
Just the concept of a front wheel drive RC car makes my brain hurt.
I love it.
I mean, rear wheel drive, but with steering, right? That's all. That's how I wrap my head around it.
Right. Yo, 250. Who wants this truck?
Then that 400 went down to 250. You're like, quit.
I mean, 250. You'll get it and get it here.
Yo, so we were talking about it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this,
He want 400.
but underneath in that ball cup, there's a spring. So when the suspension moves up, that spring.
Oh, right.
That's what's up.
So in essence, the spring is pushing the wheel down.
So it's basically like how a regular car is set up, except the spring is at the wheel instead of at the center of the control arm, like mounting point. Instead of being up here, it's at the wheel.
Okay.
And the top arm is movable, so it can move on the ball cups, but the spring limits it at the hub because the lower hub, like the F1 car, is fixed.
Right. I've seen some like toy grade RC stuff like that.
The rear is the same, but it's pretty soft. So I'm like the guy that did the one online that put a set of dampers on it with no springs on the rear. Might need a set of dampers since there's no oil inside those spring cups.
Huh.
Or it could be pretty bouncy if we give it some speed.
Maybe. I'm curious to know how fast it is. Like,
I wonder if I need to, because I want to know, front wheel drive drag cars, like, they make sense in true, like, even in real life, it makes sense.
Like, well, front engine, front wheel drive drag car. For
exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
You know, or motor in this case.
I'm about to ask a dumbass question because it might be something out there and I don't know. I've never heard of a rear motor front wheel drive car.
No, me either. I've heard of rear wheel or rear motor all wheel drive though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That might be dumb. There might be one out there and someone's gonna be like, nah, fool, that exists. Don't make fun of that. What the hell?
How glitchy is this video right now?
It's not a video, it's a slideshow.
All right. Matt, can you do me a favor?
Send it.
I'm in the chat, bro.
I think that should be our new scale. Like, on a scale of video to slideshow, how's this doing?
It's slideshow.
Like, are the pictures actually moving, or is it just moving pictures that like take time?
Where
to
was I?
Fragments.
Man,
So, Randall,
What's up?
there was a patent in 2000 done by the Rover Group for a rear-engine front-wheel drive vehicle with an inline 4 mounted on the side.
What the? See, I told you. Fool, like, it wasn't a dumb question.
So it's a patent that's never been built.
But I mean, the idea. That's
Yes.
good enough for me.
Yep.
That's good enough for me to like rule out making fun of that fool for that statement. So now, fucking never mind. It's an idea. Someone else has thought that. I mean, technically, we do have front motor rear wheel drive, which everyone always says doesn't make sense. They always say MR is the perfect layout, but I mean,
It's in theory it is.
short grip.
Right. But as an
Everyone has
automobile,
different meanings for different. I mean, like just like RC, everyone has different uses for their car. So I mean, like, I definitely wouldn't buy an MR2 for a drift car. But if I wanted to like snap oversteer Death Canyon car, I would go swoop an MR2 up. Psych. I don't know about the snap oversteer. I don't really know that much about it. Don't roast me. You know, it's a thing that happens. I'm playing video games. My bad. I'm still hanging out. I'm just whipping around one-handed on the video game. It's hard. Like Jordan can drive one-handed RC. I'd be playing video games one-handed.
Yo, is one of you six out there, Merv, man? Missing you tonight, Merv. You made every show so far, bro. All right, here we go. Front wheel drive drag cars. I've seen some fast ones, especially V-dubs in the day.
I've seen some super fast neons.
And more recently, in the last couple of years, some super fast Hondas. Elliot, what do you think about making like a brazed cage wheelie bar like they do kind of on the front wheel drive drag cars with like the super fatty front tire slicks, like skinnies on the back?
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna find some F1 tires to throw on the front, and then some just like skinny tires on the rear.
Dude.
So it just like stuck up in the front almost.
So here's something I wanted to ask you. I know they have to have it because I'm pretty sure I looked it up. A rubber-ish type filament that we could 3D print some tires with.
So it's not super grippy. So I've printed with the TPU, which is pretty flexible, but it's not supposed to be grippy.
So, I mean, realistically, though, the front tire could be one that you could buy, but they don't make a skinny 10th scale tire like that I know of.
Yeah, so it would be
not on the swing axle. Maybe it would help.
And see, I think that's something like I would want to see, because I have a theory that like the front motor, front wheel drive drag of RC is going to be such an unfair advantage, because you're driving two wheels and like you could make all of your weight up front. And if all of your weight's up front, you don't have any fishtailing. You're just essentially pulling two wheels behind you, and that's it. And
I know though too that getting the traction on the front axle is difficult because the weight transfer, even when the engine is over the front wheels, shifts backwards. So in a rear wheel drive car, that weight shifting backwards is able to load up that rear axle and keep the weight on the rear axle to give it a faster ET. I mean, you still see rear wheel drive cars out driving front wheel drive cars for time ETs overall. I mean,
is torque steer a thing with them or no?
I would say probably will be. Potentially, anyway. I mean, it is a CBD, though, so it should be pretty smooth through turning. Not like a dog bone would be where it kind of hops or if it, like, locks up or whatnot.
I think in real life, yes, when we're dealing with cars that weigh, like, 2 pounds, that you don't have that, like, full-on. And since the motor is perpendicular to the, like, is parallel with the wheel rotation, you should have very little torque steer.
That's what's up.
Kind of going from theories of like MOA crawlers, Elliot, thinking like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I like it. The thing I was curious about though is like the MOA motors. Do they gear the same way? Like, is it direct drive? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What's MOA?
Motor on axle.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, you're good, man. Hey, look at that golf smoking him. Dude, it'd be so sick to just make a bunch of replicas of like all these guys. Like, what I was saying, Randall, is these drag guys are really getting into the scale stuff, and the fact that like we've all been into that for years now, like we could bring out some bodies and throw them on cars, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, who cares? Like even on drift chassis, you know, just bring the toe in a little bit so it would drive a little straighter, and we could drive drift chassis as like a dialing class if we had to, so if we knew that friends had them, you know.
Hey, remember your 1D4 that used to be the camera car?
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
I mean, they would rip, and I mean that was just that was a 10.5, you know. It'd be fun for some drag cars with that. I mean, at that speed though, you could potentially wreck some stuff pretty bad. The downside.
I mean,
we were scaling these guys like prepared to replace some stuff and fix some cracked bodies. You know what I mean?
I've thought about my drag car tumbling with a 3D printed body on it. I'm like, it's gonna be a real life crash.
Shards everywhere.
Just blown up chassis.
Matt, let me find. There's got to be like a better front wheel drive video, man. We should watch like the real street one or something.
It's time for me to get out of here, guys. Enjoy.
Right, Elliot. Have a good night, man.
Be safe, man.
You too. You guys have fun.
Cheers, man.
Professional fun. We ought to get paid by Von Gittin because we're professional stunt havers too.
Dude, I forgot to tell you guys, Chelsea D'Onofrio liked our Instagram post this week on his electric Mustang post.
Yeah.
Man, Chelsea, I doubt you would ever watch this, but if you do, man, if you're ever in Colorado, you should stop by our track. I would love to have you down. You could slide anything you want, man.
That'd be super sick.
I wish Formula D would come to Denver.
Run it like how like the streets of Long Beach is on the streets of Long Beach. Run it on like a section off a part of where they used to run the Denver GP.
Yeah, dude.
Down there by the Pepsi Center and have them run that.
Yes. I was just going to say, like, Denver GP area would be so sick. You could do some flyovers and stuff with them. It would be so dope. Damn. I mean,
seeing Forrest Wayne coming out to IMI, like that was like surreal. I guess because I live in a bubble.
no, but I mean, just to recognize like Colorado being on the map for some drifting, you know, like I think even in the RC world, when people think about drifting, Colorado is not the first place they think about it, you know. But we love it and we get down.
All right, on a side tangent, on a side note about Colorado, like we've always been known like the cowboy state, the cowboy. I don't understand why. Like I even watch a lot of westerns. Like back in the day, like Colorado was the place like where people came to leave like cowboy life. They came here to be like chill. Basically, they came here to do what they used. When weed got legal here and everybody came here to chill and vacay and smoke weed, that's basically what Colorado has always been. So I don't even know how we got labeled as the cowboy state. Like everyone here is like skiing, chilling hippies. We're not cowboys here.
You know what's funny, man, is like when I've been in California on vacation, I've met people that have asked me where I'm from, and I'll tell them Colorado, and they're just like, "Oh, wow, do you ride a horse to school and stuff?" Like, I've heard it's very rustic there, and I would literally just be like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly how it is." It's terrible, man. It's a nightmare. You'd never want to come there. I'm telling you. And then with RC Drift, everyone I've met from California is super chill, super cool, like down to earth. They're not like asking dumb questions like that, you know. They're just like, "Hey, you're into drifting too? Me too. You know, this is where I slide. This is what I slide. This is what I'm into." A lot of them are just like us, but just, you know, in a different state. Like even visiting Drift Lab, or not Drift Lab, Drift Lab circuit.
Didn't you go to? Yeah, that is. Never mind.
Yeah, not. I keep thinking I was saying the wrong name, but Drift Lab circuit. You know, it was so funny. It was witnessing our home track, but in a different location. You know, there was every personality that we had existing there already, but just a different person. You know.
And that's what Ruben said about GGT. He said the exact same thing when he went to GGT.
That's what I like, man. You know, I hope the people that have visited us from out of state, they feel like we made them at home, you know, gave them a place to hang out and have a good time, you know. I think for sure I could say Pedro came out, had a good time. You know, he hasn't come to drift in a while. We miss you, Pedro. Hope you come out soon, man. But I know he's been holding it down with the Mini Z's.
Oh, yeah.
And doing lots of work on the Boosted Boys channel.
Got Emilio's Hondaroo looking. Whew.
Dude. First rips. How good was that?
Well, bet I haven't seen him yet.
Matt, you know what we're watching next? Need me to send you the link?
You still here, Matt?
I don't know if he can hear us. Looks like he has to go to bed.
Did I mute?
You did.
Damn it. My headset switched, apparently. So weird. Whatever. I'll use this one. Yeah, I was gonna hop off here after this video.
Okay.
But I'm definitely selling the low C and definitely buying a TCR.
Dude, build a Street Outlaw car and come race that low C with us with that thing.
Or not.
Matt.
It's all-wheel drive.
Take the front two drive shafts out.
I mean, alright. It's not fast. Ow.
It just has to be consistent.
Not even sure it's that.
Well, I mean, the nice thing is different than racing gearing. Like when you're drag racing, really it's 3 runs at max in a row before you get a break. So gear it super tall where it would burn it up if you were racing, but when you're drag racing, it's like send it as hard as it can go.
All right. But I want a front-wheel drive car.
I'm not telling you not to get the front wheel drive car. If you do, that's cool too, man. I mean, the thing is, this year anyway, the Tamiya 540 class is going to be bigger. So if you guys have any chassis that you could drop a $20 Tamiya, I think it's actually $15 Tamiya 540 motor, Sid's selling them.
Oh dang!
Matt, you could even put that motor in your low C and drive your low C with that slow brush motor, but drive in the dial-in class with it.
That's great.
He had that
And then-
devilish laugh, like I'm about to go run gang.
Dude, the cool thing is, I mean, we're gonna do a fairly big class. So as soon as we can meet up with enough people, I mean, we're talking 16, 17 people possibly entering that class specifically. So it could be,
Gang.
Many.
it could be a good time, man.
Ooh, yeah, but this chassis is so old.
Who cares?
I
We
know.
already have it.
I will. Every time you mention the old chassis, I'll bring it up. Like I am still actively cruising and trying to purchase a Sprint 2, a Racing modified Sprint 2. Even though we're in the age of like RR this and MST RMX that and YD2 RR this, I still want a Sprint 2, Racing Sprint 2, just because my curiosity. I've never had one. I want one.
I mean, I get that. But, like, I don't know. I think this truck is boring.
Like, I legit was looking at one today and almost slipped on some ice. The Sprint 2s. I put my skates on and I slid across it. But
Should have.
I almost slipped. I was like, oh.
Should have been like scoop instead of slip.
I still want one. So, I still might at some point.
Ooh. All right, gentlemen. Yep, I'm gonna go to bed this time.
Peace, man.
Yep, y'all have a great night.
You too, bro.
Sure.
You too, man.
Randall, you're down on the line. Are you out of here too?
What's up?
You sticking around or you out of here too?
I'm gonna probably hop off too.
Right on, man. Have a good night.
Are you in
Bye,
the
guys.
YouTube, man? I hope people
Cheers.
listening. I hope y'all had a good night too. I don't know how many people are still here.
5.
I hope y'all had a good night, man.
Peace out, 5.
Yep. All right. Until next Friday. Hopefully we'll be sliding together for real. If not,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see you next week.
Sounds good, Randall. Peace, man.
Yep. Good night, y'all.
All right, guys. I don't know how good the quality is going to be, but I'm inspired. Always love what the Booster Boys do.
Yeah, like even when we were turning and like trying to get out of it, like it like chattered a lot.
Later, BRC.
Sounds good. Mainly from like a stop, you know? Yeah. Taking down loud chatter. Oh, here's another stop. I think we got her fixed. Yep. Sounds good.
Oh, man. I just love how they film their shots. Feel like you're there with them, man. Anyone out there still watching?
Hey, the clutch is working.
Who's some of your favorite YouTube channels to watch?
Tune on it a little bit.
Booster Boys, there's some locals for me in Colorado. I love watching them. I mean, excuse me, they're in Mexico, but
So the clutch and everything feels great. And Amelia and Brent are about to take this thing out and do a little tuning on her. Try to dial her in some, make some boost.
yeah.
Clutch feels awesome, so should be all good to go there. Now it's time to feed her some power.
Do a poll.
Honestly, it's really good. It's just that shift. So track on Monday. This thing's ready for the track Monday.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. She rips, dude. Yeah. Man, I'm stoked for them. It's going to be sick. Go back here. So tonight, guys, I'm working on some projects. I'm trying to get some routing done. I got a couple fuel lines figured out for the drift ute. Basically, this body, let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys. Some of the fuel system stuff I'm doing. Gonna run some fuel lines. Return from the swirl pot. Gonna run 1, 2 to 1, 2, and then 3 out of here into the fuel pumps, into 3 fuel filters, and then route it into the body. I got the separate cap, and then a nitrous bottle kind of hiding on the other side. I want to route a line too. Anyone have suggestions or tips on how to make some cool like braided line? Otherwise, I think I'm going to either run it with a metal wire or possibly some thinner filament for a 3D printer, but not entirely sure yet. This is kind of some more of it, kind of the layout again into the fuel filters. So this center section here was 3D printed, and then the rest was fabbed with styrene tube and then bent. Also has styrene rod in it. Gives you a nice, clean, kind of mandrel-like bend. Did everything with a simple protractor and piece of paper. Kind of trace it out and then file it out so it has a really nice... I heard the term fish mouth. I like that. Kind of bites the pole, so fits together really nice and snug. It was cool. Before I added any glue, one piece of tape on the lower bar and the whole thing stayed in place, so you could tell it was fit snug. And if you ever fit styrene together and it's kind of under stress when you glue it, it will be the first thing to pop or break if you ever run into a wall or somebody bumps you while you're sliding. So if you notice on these builds, I'll leave a little bit of room, kind of like a buffer zone in between the body and the actual cage work that I'm doing. You see here. See this little bit of area? That'll allow me to take a couple bumps and stuff when we're sliding, and it's not going to risk popping any of the bars on my cage. Now, I know it's not perfectly scale, and some guys may want to put it right to the body, but for myself, I've experienced so many cage breaks on multiple vehicles now with styrene cages. If the cage touches it, in a lot of cases, if I'm just running one within the cab of the car, I'll end it a couple millimeters below the window line, and that'll allow me to take hits on my door without breaking my cage or cracking my cage and causing me to need to re-glue it. So this thing's been fun though. I'm having a good time. Basically, this body started out as let's just say trash, and I hated the paint job on it, so I gave it to a friend. He painted the outside of it for me, and I got really into looking at like rusting and making cars look degraded, and found a Tamiya kit for doing like tanks and stuff. So I applied some of that to it and gave it, you know, some rust and some other things. And I mean, I only went to stage 3 of like 6 or 7 that they have within the kit. So I want to add to it and make it more realistic, but it's been a labor of love. I couldn't fit it on a lot of chassis. So before I had a flat deck kind of made out of a a spare sheet of plexi and couldn't run a high motor with it, so without cutting it out. Now that I'm running this, I can run the high motor and run it on any car, really. If it has a low motor, it'll fit no problem, but if it has a high motor, it'll also fit. So anyways, anyone out there have any questions, go ahead and fire them away. I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes, get some work done, and I'll see you guys next Friday for sure. If we're able to keep a quarantine distance recommended for social distancing next week, we might switch the show to Thursday and move a live show to Friday, just slides up the track. We'll let you guys know this week. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Scale Science Podcast, and we're going to see you guys next week, all right? Thanks for tuning in.